It's better to have love. together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
What's going on, people? Happy fucking Wednesday. What the hell? I got my ghost hat on. It's Wednesday. It's hot as hell out here in the high desert. I'm fucking sweating my balls off. Got my fans on. Got my tank top on. And who else we got? We got South motherfucking London James over there. James, how's the weather? What's going on? What say you, bro? You watching the World Cup?
It's hot. It's heavy, it's humid, and to the right, I'm just looking at one of the greatest strikers in the world, one of the most beautiful men in the world, Harry Kane, as England beat Croatia 4-2 and look like $1 million. And I hear that America might be standing in our way sometime down the track. And I'm telling you, if I was a Yank, I would be very fearful right now, I tell you.
Well, I mean, you got all them great black players over there, bro. You know.
Yeah, out of Africa. That's where we get all that. But I'm mad at you, Lo. I'm so mad at you right now. I'm having to wear these really thick glasses, right? Because Ray does this stream the other day with our boy Charlie, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, this will be a nice hour and a half stream. They end up going for 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm like, I've got to get up in the morning and go to work. And I'm like, they're streaming for 5 fucking hours. I'm hanging in there like a good guy, showing support. Yeah. And I'm like, this is a cross between the Never-Ending Story and the sequel to Gone with the Wind. I'm like, can you guys shut the fuck up?
Yeah, we got into it. I got to try and keep that down to 2 hours, bro, because we totally did. We got into it. I looked up, it was 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's like, your longest stream, I think. Ever. Charlie's a good guy, though, isn't he? Yeah. He's a really good talker, good raconteur. I like him.
Yeah, Charlie's a great guy. He's a big South London James fan, too. So we're gonna probably get him on here, get him on a Wednesday with the Bruvs, or even on maybe on a Saturday on the Love Boat. He's a.
Do you think he could have a word with that geezer Roots Calhoun and say what a great guy I am? Because that guy's really beginning to fucking annoy me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's getting after you. Well, then we got.
I can't even have a go at him, right? I want to start an online war and start laying into him, throwing some punches. But he's got his ex account protected like a little bitch.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. We're getting ready to go, and James is like, "Hey guys, don't do this online. Don't meet people online and shit." And here he's got like all these people and enemies and everything going on, and he's all boxing and everything like that. And I'm just like, "What are you talking about, bro? What are your thoughts?" We got our other guy. All the way down in Miami. He's rolling a tostada, eating a churro, getting that nacho cream cheese, baby. He's half cyborg. He's got that mechanical heart pumping through him like Professor X, who gave it to him. What's going on, Miami John? How you doing, buddy? How you feeling?
Doing good. Feeling great. Feeling like $1 million back to my
you
usual self.
You got the normal.
Awesome.
You could do cocaine again. You got the strippers' cheeks in your face. You're doing all that good stuff.
All the good stuff.
All fantastic.
Making sure my heart stays pumping hard.
That's right. You gotta keep the heart pumping hard, and you gotta keep the dick hard. Okay, people. Those are the two things you gotta keep hard. Because ain't nobody like a dead heart or a soft dick. I can tell you that right now. Let me. We just got a Ko-Fi. Shout out to some future dead guy. Let's go, future dead guy. He says, do it. Get Super Killers out. Well, I am crunching on Super Killers. I'm doing between 1 and 2 pages a day to color it. And we're on track so far. So unless those background colors get to me, future dead guy, we're still on track. So I'm excited.
Do we know how Super Killer is progressing with Vito Giswaldi? How is that progressing?
Bro, I have not heard hide or hair of Vito Giswaldi in a couple of weeks. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's stuck his nose to the grindstone and he's getting the work done. Or maybe he's not doing anything. He's collecting Pokemon cards. You guys be the judge of it. Let me jump down in the chat.
I get my comic on time, Ray.
That's right. That's right. Sometime this year, okay? Because we all know. If I get to the background colors, they took Vito like 2 or 3 years and he just quit, bro. So I'm doing the background colors right now. If this throws me for a Vito loop, you guys will be the first to know 100%. Let me jump in the chat real quick. We got Seashell SoCal. Good to see you as always. Shout out to you. Hope you're having a good hump day. Hope you're getting a little margarita on or something like that. We all need a margarita. We got Third Rail Politics. Damn it, that's you, John. I just read your name. The thing keeps jumping around. We got Swift on you. Shout out to you. He says, Bruvs, let's go. Good to see you, Swift. Then we got Michael Howard. He says, it's raining up here. Let's fucking go, bro. I always love to get wet one way or another. Let's go. We got Mersh in the chat. Shout out to Mersh. We get Mersh a little hand clap right there. Let's go, Mersh, bro. We got a lot of Mersh, a lot of Mersh drama going on, but you know we support Mersh 100%, bro. So shout out to you, Mersh. Great to see you.
He's a good guy. How can you not support a good guy?
I've always said
He's
it,
a
bro.
nice guy. It says so in his name.
Yeah, nice guy Mersh. That's who it is, bro. He's always been a nice guy. The most consistent guy online, 100% bar none. I think him and Royce are the only like 2 that I still listen to. That when I first started listening to YouTube back in the day, that I still listen to.
I used to listen to Ray until he started doing Gone with the Wind, the sequel, and
Bro, that was a long. I'm not gonna lie, that was a long stream. Not gonna lie.
I don't know how you managed it. I was like, can you talk? It's like I always admire people that can go for like 3 hours. I'm like, can't it be like sex where we just go for 5 minutes? You know what I'm saying? It's come on.
Yeah, shout out to CK in the chat. Good to see you, CK. He's doing he's been doing some great photography lately. Draw Zombies out in the chat. We got Kelly Cat in the chat. Shout out to Kelly Cat. Who else we got out there? Just make sure. Mr. Cheeky, shout out to you, bro. Always great to see you, Mr. Cheeky. Hope you're having a good week at home. Back at home. You got a lot of stuff going on. Got a couple of announcements. So what was that, John? I know we got an announcement for you. You're back to doing your streams. What is it, Thursday nights that you're doing this now?
Yeah, right now I'm doing Thursday nights at 1 a.m. Eastern time. I think it's 1 a.m.
Okay.
No, sorry. 2 a.m. Eastern time.
Right.
I think. I don't know. 1 or 2.
You'll
see it on my X.
John.
I'll post it.
This is a great pitch, I tell you. World's best pitch right now.
Yeah,
it's 2 a.m. I'm like 99% sure it's 2
might
a.m.
be
What have you
Thursday.
named it? You should name it Conspiracy Cast with John Teeter.
It's just the third rail. On Thursdays, my buddy PT Pod Mike is joining on. And then I'm also trying to get on, another night. Random. Last week I think it was Saturday. So whatever day fits,
You and Just Gina.
A good roll of the dice.
No,
I like
just me on that one.
And that's Third Rail podcast or politics?
Third Rail podcast on X, Third Rail Politics on YouTube and Rumble.
Yeah, 100%. We love that. Okay. Also, go follow James Domenico Graben 81 on YouTube, James Domenico Graben on X. And of course, when you're donating to Nightwave, use the supertips.gg/merch to use that South London James voice, bro. Haven't heard it in a minute, but we need to bring
It's
him
going to
back.
be quiet, isn't it, on the old South London front? I might have to start doing change it up and do East Sussex James, start doing a country accent or something.
Can you do a country accent?
No, not at all. It's funny, right? Because who mentioned it? Charlie. He was going, I thought he was from South London. And I'm like, yeah, I was born and raised in South London and I lived there and then I went back. But I live in the country now because no one wants to get stabbed for a living, do they? But it's like, if you think about it, where I live an hour from London. So basically, all the people that come from Croydon are transplanted to East Sussex. There's a load of people from my old neighbourhood and my neck of the woods that live around here now.
Yeah.
We live a nice, quiet life. But there's no such thing really as a country accent, I don't think.
All right, and it's all English accents up there. All that.
It's a bit like ooh, Jim.
Hello,
It's
governor.
a bit like piratey.
Hello, governor. Yeah, I like the piratey accent. I do love that. Merch
It's a
does
bit
a lot
West
of good
Country
accents.
pirate type thing, a bit
Hello,
Johnny
governor.
Depp-esque.
Yeah. Hello, governor. How you doing? Well, unfortunately, I don't know if you guys knew this. You might have heard it today, but Jeremy Clarkson, he has himself an aggressive form of prostate, and is it colon cancer as well, James? You're closer to England.
Yeah, I
than
think
am.
he's got advanced prostate cancer, and like I think they were showing a scene from Jeremy's Farm, and that's a really good show, Jeremy's Farm.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of trouble with his farm because the locals have given him a lot of shit. He wanted to open a farm store, he wanted to open a pub, but he was getting like dogs abuse and hassle from the local council. But he's a good guy, and he's kind of like an old school guy. I would say he's like a middle of the road conservative. You know, he's a forward thinker, but he's also like a traditionalist.
Yeah.
And a guy like him, he cops a lot of abuse online, but he's like a great guy. And I'm very nostalgic for Jeremy Clarkson because, he did a show called Top Gear.
Yeah.
And that was when the BBC was really good. There was a time when the BBC wasn't a corrupt institution from top to bottom. And you had shows like Top Gear and Doctor Who that we exported all over the world that was actually good.
Yeah.
And when it was James May, Jeremy Clarkson and Hammond, that was a good time. And I feel sorry for him because you should have seen his face. He looked absolutely devastated.
Yeah.
I think the diagnosis is pretty harsh because he didn't just say prostate cancer. He said advanced form of prostate cancer. So I don't think they caught it as early as they could. And I think it might be touch and go for him moving forward. And don't forget, this is a guy that's not lived the most healthy of lifestyles.
Yeah.
He's a guy that likes a pint. He's a guy that likes a pie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like he likes a smoke. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a bit like John, really. He's not got long left.
Yeah. We just got a pretty big Ko-Fi from Swift. Shout out to you, Swift. Let me give you a little clap of the hands, buddy. Let's fucking go. $50. Let's go ahead and go over to my Ko-Fi to read it. He says, "Yo, Bruvs. First time actually being awake enough to catch the show. Much love from Philly. P.S. Fuck cancer. Pour one out for Clarkson, one of the funniest and most relatable personalities of the last 50 years. Completely agree with that. And that's from Swift. Hey, Swift, shout out to you, bro. Much appreciated that. If you guys want to support me and the guys over here on the show, give us a little support at Ko-Fi / Ray Ray is
Yeah, I
Happy.
should probably chop my Ko-Fi in, to be fair.
And drop James's Ko-Fi in there as well. That's Ko-Fi / James Dominico Grabbin, 100%. So it's really sad. Now, I know that you guys all probably have the same question I do, right, about the Jeremy Clarkson thing, because I saw this, and of course, Clarkson's family farm. I'm all sad about it. You have, of course, Top Gear. Is that where he first got famous? Is on Top Gear, James?
Yeah, it was Top Gear with James May and Hammond, and basically it was a show that was about cars, but it was about people loving cars. It was relatable. And it got exported all over the world. But the problem was Jeremy Clarkson got caught up in that time of woke, didn't he? You know what I mean? He isn't very politically correct. People assume that he's a conservative or a reform or restore supporter. And they basically got rid of him and James May and Hammond. And then I think they handed it over to Matt LeBlanc. And he basically just tanked the show. It wasn't necessarily about watching a show because you enjoyed cars. You watched the show because you enjoyed Jeremy Clarkson, James May, and Hammond enjoying the cars.
Yes.
They had great chemistry. They had great bands. They had a true friendships. They were raconteurs. They went all over the world and they did silly stunts and they got involved in shenanigans. and the people that enjoyed it loved it. But what happened? The BBC got taken over by people that didn't enjoy that
Yeah,
show,
they didn't like it.
didn't like it,
No.
thought it was unfashionable. So they
Right.
started tinkering around the edges, and basically those guys said, "Fuck you, we're going to Netflix."
Yeah. Well, that,
And then Top Gear died a death, a
Yeah.
bit like with Doctor Who,
Yeah.
how it got taken over by Chris Chibnall and homosexuals like Russell T Davies,
Yeah.
and they made it about fucking trannies and drag queens,
Yeah.
you know, and totally tanked that show. This is what happens with people. But I agree with Swift. Clarkson is he's a guy
He's
that
good
you could walk
people.
into the
Yeah.
pub, he would shake your hand, he would buy you a drink, and he would have a chat. There's no airs and graces about this man. He's
Yeah.
like you, me, or anyone in the chat.
Yeah, and he's an entertainer. He's a great guy.
He's
You know,
funny.
it's
He's
like
a funny
It's
guy.
like the stuff we talk about, James. Is like so many of the younger people have no social ability to
No.
communicate. They can't have the bants, as James calls it, or the Riz, as other people call other kids call it. They don't have that
They
ability.
find Clarkson offensive. The younger generation, the 18 to 30s, they find Jeremy Clarkson offensive. And if you go back and watch the old Top Gear episodes, they put like a little note at the bottom. This is like outdated language. This is outdated opinions.
For real? Holy
You may be
shit.
offended. You may be offended by what's going to go on in this program. So
Yeah.
they put like a warning on it now.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just three middle-aged guys having a laugh.
Yeah,
Like
right.
we are. Three middle-aged guys
That's-
having a laugh.
That's what I was gonna say. Give us a couple of cars. We'll do Top
Yeah.
Gear, won't we, James? John, we'll do Top
I'll
Gear.
go
We'll have
to
a good
India
time.
and eat like
Oh,
food that
bro.
looks like it's been in a nappy.
I don't know if I would do that. India, that might be the one place where I'd be like, I don't think I could go there, bro. I don't think I could go there.
No,
I don't know,
I
mate.
can't eat anything there.
Yeah,
It's all infected.
yeah. John,
I think the idiot abroad concept is quite funny because if you put me in duck out of water situations, I think it'd be hilarious.
I think it'd
'cause
be
I'd just
hilarious, bro. I think it'd
I'll
be
be like,
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna
hell,
we're,
mate.
Wouldn't do
I'd say.
India.
well, yeah, we're gonna try to
Just
make that
India,
happen.
no.
Yeah, we're gonna start by taking you to Miami, bro. We're gonna take you down there, James. We're gonna meet up with John. We're gonna take you to some of them South
Oh, yeah.
South Beach or whatever, and then take them to. Well, maybe not South Beach because I hear the party goers are different over there nowadays. They're the Knickerbocker fans now over there.
We
but-
have those Carnival Cruise enjoyers.
yeah, Carnival Cruise enjoyers. Yeah, exactly.
I can just imagine getting accosted by a load of gay men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Swift says a Bruv abroad, bro. That's a great title right there. I love that title, a Bruv abroad.
That's great.
Yeah,
actually.
we'll go to Vietnam or something and see how James responds to Vietnamese food, bro. That would be hilarious. I'd love that. But here's the
I'll be
question.
like, can we have some fish and chips and tomato ketchup? What are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly. They give you like some sort of wriggling octopus that's still alive, and you're like, what the fuck? But actually, it's pretty good, the wriggling octopus. John, I got a question for you. I know it's the question everybody's asking about Jeremy Clarkson. What's all of this cancer, turbo cancer he's got, the bum cancer, the prostate cancer? What's the number one question that you want to ask, John? What is it?
You know, I honestly was not familiar at all with Jeremy Clarkson, so I have no fucking idea.
let me read your mind for you. The number one question you're going to want to ask is, did he get the COVID vaccine?
Did he get the COVID vaccine? Of course he did. He's
The
in TV,
answer
right?
is yes. He got the AstraZeneca in 2021, March of 2021. So yeah, he got the COVID vaccine, people. How many people are
They
going to
all
get
do.
this turbo cancer after getting this COVID? There was another country, I forget what country it was. It was like it was Switzerland. No, not Switzerland. Like maybe Norway. They just came out on a tribunal for healthcare and said that it was a bioweapon, that the vaccine was a bioweapon, I heard. I tried to look for that
nice.
online, and like I forgot what country it was, so I couldn't find it quickly. But that's what's going on here,
Yeah, you
people.
got to use alternate search engines. If you're using Google, you're not going to find
Well, I was
it.
using Google AI. Does that work, John?
Oh, no. You're not going to find it.
I tell you what, though, it helps me find the best titty pictures, the Google.
Yes, they'll feed you all the titty slop, but not real info. You got to look on
Oh,
Brave
for sure.
search
I
can
got to
be
start
good.
getting a Ouija board
Fucking
out. I got to
DuckDuckGo.
I got to get the Ouija board going to find the real answers. 100%. That's what we got to look for. But no, I got something else for you guys. I thought this was hilarious. Now we talk about this guy all the time, right? Anyway, well, before I move on, let me just say condolences to Jeremy Clarkson. I hope you get to feeling better. I've really enjoyed the Clarkson farm, and I hope some of that good food helps you get to feeling better. I hope to God that wasn't that fucking terrible cancer come from that shot, bro. That would break my heart, man. That would really break my heart.
That was the worst one though, wasn't it? AstraZeneca. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That was like, was that the one that we produced?
Yeah, that would break my heart.
The
bro.
UK. That got.
I think so. I think that is the one.
Yeah, that would break
Yeah.
my
I
heart.
think that's the first one that Russia banned, actually.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. All
Your
right.
one was like Moderna, wasn't it, or something? Did you do Moderna, or was that Europe? I can't remember.
There was Moderna. There was Moderna. There was Pfizer, and there was
Johnson and Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson, which
Yeah.
was the only one that wasn't like the mRNA one, supposedly.
Supposedly, yeah. A lot of people think it might have been saline or something
But
like that. Yeah.
It was the one that the news kept on saying, this is giving people blood clots. So they tried to scare everyone off of the one that's like a normal vaccine, basically.
Yeah.
all the
get it
footballers,
stick-
all the footballers, the fittest people on the planet, suddenly were dropping down dead of a heart attack on
Yeah.
the pitch.
If you didn't break
Yeah.
your arm or you don't need surgery, bro, stay away from them doctors, dog. That's for sure,
Yeah.
man. You know, if you don't fall in the tub when there's a stripper, two strippers in there with you, and you crack your head and have to go to the hospital, stay away from them, dog. Oh, John, I'm talking about you. That's right. That's right. All right, boys, we got something funny. We talk about this guy all the time. It's Charleston White. That's right. He's selling T-shirts. He's selling T-shirts called Watermelon Felon. Talking about the Carmelo Anthony. How crazy is that? So apparently he's flipped sides. He was on the side of Carmelo Anthony, supporting him and all that kind of stuff, and now he's anti. And that's a pretty abrupt about face. He said that I watched a couple of videos, heard him talk about it. He said that he had supported Carmelo Anthony, supported the family. I think you really identify with Carmelo Anthony as like a young boy that was put in prison because that's what happened to him. And he was trying to help the family out. Turns out the father and the mother are just hustlers that are trying to steal the money. He was trying to get Carmelo Anthony a better lawyer, and the parents just wanted the money, just wanted to run off. What do you think, James? Would you buy one of these Watermelon Felon shirts or no?
No, I think he's become black again, isn't he? He's full of blacks. You know what I mean? He was full of whites and now he's full of blacks. He's done the flip flop. But you showed me that thing today that made me laugh, which is more of a Love Boat topic, but this did pique my interest.
Yeah.
Where he said basically he's a proponent of the Rekieta method.
Yeah.
That the key to a successful marriage is shagging other birds. You know, so I'm like, this guy's he's a funny little character, isn't he? He's like, he shot those two women with that. He's like, you're not married, but I'm married, and the key to a successful marriage is me shagging all these other birds.
Well,
and my wife doesn't mind.
Yeah.
She don't care.
Yeah, well, he was right about that, but no, you're right. It seems like he's always trying to. There's two characters of Charleston White. There's his online persona, and then there's what he really thinks. And his online persona will do whatever it takes to get attention, just like creating these T-shirts and selling. He goes, I'm gonna sell these T-shirts to a bunch of white people.
He picks the road. He picks the road that's going to make him most viral, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's going to be the most controversial take.
Yeah.
So he sided with a geezer. His family basically took all the money, gave their son a shit public defense lawyer, and spent £600,000 on a house.
Yeah.
While their son's gonna like fucking be in prison. Well, you know, but he deserves it. He was a scumbag, so he deserves to be in fucking prison.
What are your thoughts about that, John? Would you sport a Watermelon Felon shirt?
I mean, look, I've got some big old balls. I wore a fucking Trump hat in California in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Like, that's a step too far. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But that's a step too far for even me. Like, that's just asking to get everyone to chimp out, right?
Yeah, bro. No, I agree. I think
you can't wear that without being ready to fucking shoot someone. Like, seriously.
I don't know. I think that everybody's kind of hit their limit with this. What do they call it? The fatigue, the party goer fatigue, the black fatigue. I think everybody's hit their limit on this stuff.
Charleston White cracks me up. He wakes up every day and is like,
I choose violence.
Yeah,
that's him every fucking
violence.
day. He chooses violence.
Yeah.
Trump didn't start it, but he definitely like made this tactic popular.
Yeah.
Where you say something that would otherwise make sense, but you say it in a way that's so devoid of any kind of like niceness. You say it in like the rudest, most bombastic way possible. That makes anyone who's not a sensitive little bitch laugh.
Yeah.
And you go viral, and that's how you get your like Jesse Lee Peterson has been doing it forever.
Bardo.
Where he's basically like, there's no such thing as racism, right?
Yeah.
it's the most crazy thing you would expect a guy who grew up in a plantation to say, but he says it. It's the same thing as when Trump says, only Rosie O'Donnell because she's fat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, that I mean, you make
Charleston White does it too.
You make
and that's the attention economy we're in right now.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of have to be a little bit out there.
You make a great point because we're in that time right now when being nice doesn't get you any attention. You know, everybody wants to be performative and like you said, bombastic, over the top. And what ends up happening is that it destroys society to the point where, you know, it forces everybody else to grow the fuck up and say, okay, we're tired of you people, you know, in Walmart stealing everything. We're tired of you people. And they're gonna be like, what you mean by you people? Well, you goddamn know what I mean when I say you people. You fucking know it. You know what I mean? So, you know, that gets me all fired up. So I think the momentum is starting to shift. Nothing can ever stay for too long. You know, every movement has the majority of its momentum on the uprise. As soon as it reaches its peak, it loses momentum, and then it's no longer, in vogue anymore. Yeah, we got Mr. Jeeky in the chat. He says, "You people." Yeah, Mr. Jeeky, you people.
He black.
He black. Michael Howard says, their son gonna rot with Diddy. Carmelo's probably going to take it by Diddy.
I mean, Diddy's getting out soon.
Yeah, Diddy's getting out. That motherfucker's getting out.
And they're not putting him in Diddy's prison. Diddy's in like the high class rich people.
Yeah, he's
there with Sam Bankman-Fried. And,
yeah.
Diddy was an innocent man. I won't hear a word against him.
He was with
just because he had
Stewart.
500 bottles of baby oil doesn't mean anything. He just likes having nice skin.
Yeah. Oh, he just likes to say supple. You got to keep that word supple.
You know that saying, black don't crack?
Yeah.
Well, how do you think black don't crack? It's because he covers himself in baby oil.
No. That's from cocoa butter, all right?
Yeah.
How do you know? Have you been dating black people, John? Disgusting.
Yeah.
You know it, man.
You know it, yeah.
How do you feel about Trump now, though, John? Tell me. How do you feel about
God,
Trumpism and your Trump hat? Do you wear it proudly every day before you go to bed?
I want to make a video burning it, actually.
Oh, bro, come on now.
That would be great.
100%. All right, we got a next. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's already fallout from UFC 250, the freedom thing. I thought it was supposed to be for the 4th of July, but it wasn't. It was for Trump's birthday. How about that? Well, Alex Pereira, he is not happy. He got several punches to the back of the head. He's saying Herb Dean didn't do his job. He's appealing the whole match. He says Herb Dean needs to be retired. James, is this true? Did he get hit?
This is just racism against Herb Dean. I stand with the black man. As you know, I am like all for the black man, and I stand with the black man. This is just racism against a storied referee.
Yeah.
A storied referee in the UFC. Cyril Gann, he's against Cyril Gann.
Yeah.
Cyril Gann's black. He's against Cyril Gann,
Yeah.
a great guy, you know. He basically got caught cold, and yeah, there was a few stray elbows, but he was already on Queer Street. He was done. He was finished, and then Cyril Gann finished him off. And everyone wants to see the unification between Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gann.
Yeah.
They don't want to see a repeat of a jumped-up lightweight who's going to get smoked again by the bigger man. It's just the way it is. I want to see my boy Tom Aspinall in France against Cyril Gann, a proper fight. I don't want to see a jumped up lightweight crying and bitching and moaning because he got beat up. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Take your licking. You got smashed to bits, bruv. It was nothing to do with a few stray elbows. You were on the floor already begging and pleading and crying.
Oof.
You know what I mean? It's just if fighting's not for you, don't fight it.
Yeah.
You know, you win, you lose, you move on.
Yeah, he went on the Ariel Harani show.
He's another little dickhead, he is.
Yeah, James, tell me how
He's
you
the
really
worst.
feel.
You know, he hates the UFC now. He was over there with the Pauls, wasn't he? He was over there with Jake Paul promoting that shit show of Gina Carano and fucking Ronda Rousey, saying this is the future of mixed martial arts and how we hate Dana White. No, it was a shit show, mate.
Yeah, I agree. But he went on with Ariel and he said Herb Dean initially came in. They had their pre-fight, conversation. Pereira told Dean that the other guy hits on the back of the head quite often, so watch that. So then when they went to the fight, Herb Dean said, no, "This is the back of the head. Don't hit to the back of the head." And then he did get struck a few times in the back of the head. That did happen.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
And then everybody else now is going back and posting videos about Gain actually hitting people in the back of the head, like this one right here, where he did strike in the back of the head repeatedly. And that was something that he
Anti-black
does.
propaganda. You hate to see it. As a white man, I hate to see anti-black propaganda.
That's a hell of a tattoo on that guy. I just noticed that, bro. That's a huge ass tattoo, a belt tattoo.
Yeah, but you see his jiggly belly just ruins it. Look, jelly belly.
Bro, you don't want to have a jiggly belly on a tattoo, bro. Yeah, that's a no go for sure. No doubt about that. But you have to watch out for that. So they're making the case though. They're gonna. I don't know. What do you think?
It's dangerous. It is. All joking aside, it is dangerous. You know what I mean?
It is very dangerous. Yeah.
You know, it is dangerous. But like, do we want to go down this road? I think the best thing to do is let Cyril Gane fight Tom Aspinall. I think Cyril Gane beats Tom Aspinall, then redo the fight with Pereira, and then we can all move on. You know what I mean? This is what I hate about combat sport. It's like if you watch boxing, you have to have a rematch clause, and then they do a trilogy now. It's bullshit. I want to see fighters progress and move on. We can always redo it in like a couple of years' time. We don't have to redo it immediately. We don't want to see the same fights. Yeah. That's how the product becomes stale, in my opinion. Let's get the Tom Aspinall fight and let's get moving.
We got Mr. Jiki in the chat. He says that big layer of fat protects them from their internal organs from illegal punches. I agree with that 100%.
I didn't see no illegal punches. It all looked kosher to me, mate.
Well, I mean, you guys saw that fight with, who was it? Anton Daniels and that Ruiz guy, and he knocked Ruiz down, the Mexican guy who got back up and knocked out. It was Anthony Joshua. That's who it was. Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, but can you believe Anthony Ruiz was a world champion? That's how bad boxing got. That fat slob off the street could be world champion. You know what? What's next? Is Ethan Ralph going to become heavyweight champion of the world? I mean, is Aaron Imholt going to become a middleweight champion of the world? What are we doing here?
No, 100%.
Only if by heavyweight champion of the world you mean just in his weight.
Yeah, just in his weight class. Maybe he should have a.
I mean, just like his weight, like he goes for the fattest man on earth.
Maybe he should have his own height class too. Yeah, we'll get to all that good stuff. I mean, like we got
that whole UFC thing though. But I saw a video, and it's getting so hard to tell if things are real or AI. Yeah. Did Sean Strickland actually show up and get kicked out?
Yeah, Sean Strickland showed up and he got kicked out, bro. He showed up and he snuck in, got in the ring, not the real ring though. There was a ring outside.
Oh, okay.
And then
I thought it was the real ring.
I didn't know this, but Impulsive was also having their own show there. That podcast, Impulsive, with Jake Paul and like the Mike Mizlak or Zazak or whatever his fucking name is. And they were going to try and get him up on stage, but the security wouldn't let him come over. And then they had the cops come in and arrest him. Dude, that pissed me off so much, bro. That the fact that they got rid of, that wouldn't let Sean Strickland come in, that really kind of turned my stomach.
Yeah, because he's a champion.
On the whole thing, bro. Yeah.
You know why? Because he was gonna say some shit about Israel.
I know, but he should be
on stage.
He should be able to. Well, you don't have to put him on stage, but he should at least be able to go.
Well, he should fight, and if he wins, he should get his win speech. And
he wasn't gonna fight. He wasn't gonna fight. He wasn't on the card. He was just gonna be.
Hockett was funny though, wasn't he? Josh Hockett.
Originally, he was supposed to be on the card though.
No, he just fought. He had just fought. He just fought, and he was the underdog, and he just won the belt.
Another funny thing, did you hear, not to switch topics too quick, but I know we got other things to get to. Did you hear what Daniel Cormier said?
No, what'd he say?
About Eric Trump?
No, oh yeah, about the
Daniel Cormier released a bunch of texts.
Yeah, I heard that.
Where he's like, I can't stand by this. Eric Trump was asking him like if any of the fights were rigged.
Yeah, because he wanted to bet.
Going in injured, and he wanted to bet and make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Well, but there was a video as well. There was a video circulating online about Don Jr., who was doing packet right next to his dad. You know what I mean? He was doing coke right next to his old man.
Yeah.
Oh, no. There was?
Yeah, I believe that. But, I also...
see that. But, yeah, I believe Don Jr. is definitely the party animal one.
Oh, 100%.
But, like, Josh Hockett was the funniest thing when he said what he said about Michelle Obama being a man. That was funny as fuck.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
And then everyone made a big deal out of it. And they were like going, oh, you can't say that. That's the worst thing ever. He's just selling a fucking fight, mate. He's selling a fight card. It's funny.
And also, Joan Rivers said it like 10 years ago, so who cares? And then they killed her for it.
If you're bringing a bunch of fighters out to the White House to do a fight event, and then you expect the fighters to act like civilized normal humans.
I know.
Like you're bringing the wrong kind of event to the White House.
Yeah, you want them
You
to be
know,
a
like-
robot or some shit like that. That's wild. Yeah, it's good. That's a
Yeah.
great
And
point.
Gaethje's performance was great against Eli Topuria. I mean, you know, don't take anything away. When Gaethje like clocked him, that was beautiful. I mean, he pieced him up.
Yeah.
I haven't enjoyed like watching someone piece another man up in ages.
Yeah.
I was imagining that was me piecing up Roots Calhoun. You know what I mean? I was getting quite turned on by it.
No,
I
Roots
was
is a good
imagining
guy.
like me, Justin Gaethje,
Yeah.
smashing the absolute shit out of the Roots Cal. You know what I'm saying? That was what I was imagining. I was
He's a
like,
musician. He's not a fighter.
listen, he's got a big mouth.
Yeah.
He's got a big mouth,
Oh,
so
he's
he's
a
going to have to
singer.
back up.
He's a singer.
When I come across the pond
Yeah.
and I go to his doorstep, he's going to have to back up those words,
Well, you're
isn't
not
he?
gonna
You know what
go
I'm
to
saying?
his door. Oh, come on now.
No, I'm not.
we got,
We're going to
uh,
meet up and have a drink. We're going to meet up and have
you
a
guys are
drink.
gonna be bros. Watch. We got Swift in the chat. He says Vito would be like Homer when he went to the homeless boxing circuit and just stood there and absorbed blows while his opponent dropped from exhaustion. That would be actually pretty funny.
I like to see Vito do sumo.
Yeah, I don't think Vito. Yeah, I don't think Vito could do anything. I think he's too. He doesn't like to sweat or work out or anything like that. So I don't think that would go over too well.
He struggles to release a comic, so I tend to agree with you.
Yeah. Shout out to Zaid in the chat. Good to see you, Zaid. 100%. Zaid says, "Did you hear about Big Mike?" No. Who's Big Mike? Drop it in the chat. Let me know if I miss any interesting thing about Big Mike.
He's talking about the Michelle Obama thing.
Oh yeah, Michelle. Okay, cool. Carrie C says Toots Mulroon. That's who she's asking. Shout out to Carrie for that. 100%.
Yeah, Kerry's a great supporter of mine. Let's stick it to Roots. Come on, let's gang up on him.
Yeah.
Make him feel like shit.
I mean, you guys could have a celebrity like boxing match. We'll get you over there with the.
It wouldn't be much of a match, would it? I mean, come on, it'd be over within like 30 seconds.
I mean, that's all most men need anyway, though, right? Ayo, let's fucking go.
I don't know.
Here.
I'm getting old. I don't think I could go 30 seconds anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
You got to do like what Charleston
Awesome.
says and get some of them dick pills from the gas station, bro. 100%.
Well, considering he's fucking all these birds behind, this is the thing, right? This is what gets me. This is like total Rekieta method, right? You know, most geezers, normal geezers, if they want to cheat on their missus, have to do it behind their back.
Yeah.
Fucking Charleston White and Rekieta just go home and go, "Hey, what did you do today, honey?" "Well, you never guess. I fucked this blonde." "Oh, well done, honey. I'm proud of you."
Yeah.
It's like, this is the fucking life they're living, man. They're getting fucking cheered on by their missus.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's what happened. I think him and his missus are separated and they just haven't divorced yet, from what I've heard. And like, he had a side. Well, the history is I heard he had a side piece, and his Charleston's missus is a Latina woman, and one of his good friends put it in her face, and then they had to separate. But before that, she just kind of looked the other way, and now they've stayed married for the kids and all that kind of stuff. But you know, he still loves her, but he says, "Bro, I still got to get some pussy." Bro, he's going around from strip club to strip club. He wants to do like he went on No Jumper recently, and he wants to do a strip club tour with Adam from No Jumper. So how about that?
I'm surprised he hasn't appeared on some of those kick streams with like Rampage Jackson and who's a notorious Lothario or Baby Alien or
That would be
Clav or
hilarious.
any of that crowd.
Oh, well, I think he has, but I think he's bigger than them. He's
Oh yeah, definitely.
and so I think you
I
know,
think he was at the boxing fight, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was on commentary, wasn't he, with
Yeah.
the Gypsy Crusader
Yeah, but-
fight, and I saw him around there.
Yeah.
I don't think
That
he's a
bitch
big
was
fan
a-
of Aiden Ross.
no, he is. He loves
No,
Aiden
he
Ross.
loves.
He loves
He
Aiden Ross.
actually came
Yeah.
out and said he loves him because Aiden Ross is the one that kind of brought him on.
Yeah.
and blew him up and got him to do his own shit.
Well, he
So
said
he. Oh, go ahead.
no. He said that Aiden Ross had him over to his house to meet his family, and that's why he respects him. Is because that's how black culture is. Is that if you ain't never eaten at somebody's house, then you're not really a friend of theirs. And he was afraid for a while that it was an Illuminati, and all the black culture was telling him he was going to have to take it up the ass, and so that's why he was scared of Aiden Ross.
Blimey, if I'm going to eat fried chicken, I'm just going to KFC. I'm not going around someone's house.
I mean, hey, I make some pretty good fried chicken, James, bro. We're just saying, dog.
I've seen that, though, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
If
well-
your idea of good fried chicken is KFC, I got some bad news for you.
I know
James.
it's not really fried, is it, John? That shit ain't really fried. That's like that.
It's not really chicken, probably
It's-
either.
yeah. Oh, bro. Yeah. No doubt. It's like that. It's like the Simpsons when they have the that fish with the 3 eyes, or the chicken with like the 6 legs or drumsticks or whatever.
But I prefer my fish battered, to be honest. So it's like, fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you, bro. I love a good fish and chips myself too. Monk Fruit says, John, your audio might be a little low, so if you could turn that up a little bit, appreciate that, Monk Fruit. No, okay, guys. You know what's crazy though? All right, so the biggest story of the year just dropped. Maybe even of the decade. Maybe even of the 2 decades. And no, it's not about the Iran war deal. We got that coming up in a minute too. But we got to be serious for half a second, people. It's not about Ralph and Scarlett, Rekieta. We're gonna do that after the serious stuff. We're gonna keep the good, the funny stuff for after the serious stuff. It's not about Ethan Van Sciver and the FBI. That's going on right now. We'll talk about that. He got visited by the FBI. It's not about Oliver Tree dying and like how they're all saying it's related to the label, the record label, and how the record label gets all of his money now because they had a death clause. It's not even that. We're going to talk about that in a minute too. No. Let me get it ready to go right here. I'm going to start my virtual camera so the fellas can see what I'm talking about right here.
Hey, Monk Fruit, let me know if I sound loud enough.
It's about this rape gang inquiry that was put out by a Rupert Lowe MP over there in England. James, I'm sure you heard about this. Did you hear about this? This is making like reverberations like crazy throughout America. I can only imagine what it's doing over there in England and Europe. This is
well, you'd be surprised, wouldn't you? You'd be surprised. I took the glasses off so I can be serious for a minute and not take the piss. But you would be surprised because this is not an official inquiry by the government. The government have procrastinated. They don't want to do it because the Labour government realise that this is going to target their voting bloc and their voting group, and they don't want to alienate that voting group. So they wanted to be as far away from the inquiry as they could be. Now, Rupert Lowe's history used to be in the Reform Party under Nigel Farage, but they had a falling out. So he started the Restore Party. Now, the Restore Party, again, a lot of traction from people like me because they want to stop migration. They want to get rid of all illegal migrants and they want to stop the boat crossings. But Rupert Lowe promised that he was going to do this inquiry. And this inquiry has unearthed that there was a mass...
Let me give the meat and potatoes real quick, James, the bullet points, and then you can go into it. Between 97 and 2006, it revealed that 85 to 95% of the rape gangs were Muslim. It was a religious endeavor that they treated these girls as young as 11 years old, and they were encouraged to go out and molest them and rape them. And it's extremely graphic. The report is extremely graphic. This is the kind of stuff that they wouldn't even put on HBO. The stuff, what they did to these girls, and it was over 250,000 victims that they reported. Now we all know that shit is going to be a very, very low number because they hid
that's
that
low
ball number, right, James? Because the cops are hiding the numbers. Think about the Jimmy Savile thing. They hid that for decades upon decades. Then you got all the people who don't want to go talk about it. They don't want to report it because there's all kinds of social pressure from the government to hide this stuff. And so they did this rape gang inquiry, which is about young women between the ages of like 9 and up that were being raped by migrants, by Muslim migrants, and repeatedly raped, running trains on them. It is terrible. It is terrible. And it's about the atrocities of how the cops covered up and the local government covered it up. James, what are your thoughts on all this kind of stuff?
Well, it's not often, like, I'm a proud Englishman. It's not often that I'm ashamed of my country, but this has to be the biggest shame in my 45 years on this earth. And the shame comes from that people do not want to recognize this. People do not want to talk about it because it's an uncomfortable truth. What happened is when we had mass migration that started under Tony Blair and Gordon Brown in the late 90s, we got Eastern Europeans, but eventually we got Muslims and Islamic culture come to this country. And what happened was they put them in the major cities. So they were prevalent in London, they were prevalent in Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham and Bristol. And what happened is they became like local leaders. They worked their way up through the community, in jobs, in housing, in local government. They had like a really good friendship with the local police force. And what they did with that friendship is they targeted young girls and they plied them with drugs and they plied them with alcohol, and they sexually abused them for decades, over and over again. And what happened was, one girl who was in the rape inquiry, she said she went to the police, right? And she said this was happening. And you know what the police did? Instead of taking her home or calling the parents, they called her abuser, got the abuser to pick her up because they were friends and were in cahoots with the police, and they took her back and they gang raped her
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah.
And this was happening up and down the country. Rotherham was a place. Tommy Robinson talks about this. Whether you like Tommy Robinson or you don't, he talks about it from a position of knowing, because he lives in Luton. And Luton have a huge problem with Islamic, Pakistani Muslim rape gangs. And it's the uncomfortable truth that no one wants to talk about. The left won't talk about it. They want to blame the whites. And it's like, sure, we have our problems, but that's because we're the majority in the country. They are so overrepresented in this rape gang inquiry. It's unbelievable. If you go through it, Pakistani Muslims, it's endemic in their culture, and they brought that culture to this country, and our government won't do anything about it because it's the voting bloc that they need.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was between 85 and 95% Muslim. They targeted young girls. They filmed it often. They had forced abortions. They had forced Islamic conversion. If they wouldn't convert, they would rape them some more or cut off their hair. This took place over decades. It's worse than the Epstein thing, because this isn't just one person. This is groups and groups and groups of people. And it is within the religion. This is how they take over an area, is that part of the religion is they look at non-Muslims as if they're subservient or below. Like
they have no value. They said white girls have no value.
Like they're trash.
We can do this.
Right, like they're cattle.
We
like
can do
cattle.
this
Right.
to that culture, because that culture has no value. You're in England, you're in Britain, you're in the United Kingdom, and the indigenous people have no value, and they're there to be raped, they're there to be abused, they're there to be victimized, and we don't do it in our culture, but we do it outside of our culture, and that's what we've got now. We've got a two-tier system.
It's a type of warfare. That's right. And it is. I asked the question: where are the feminists? Is this what the feminists want? You know, I don't know if you guys remember, but over the past 10 or 20 years, white men have been chastised, especially white Western men have been chastised for microaggressions, for mansplaining, for sitting in a public
walk whistling.
Yeah, for walk whistling. Yeah, for catcalling, for sitting at a public transportation with our legs spread apart because we have a pair of balls. We're supposed to cross our legs so women don't feel threatened. And then
don't be manspreading.
Yeah, manspreading. That's right. That's what it's called. Yeah. And then
that's what you do all the time, John. I know.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then they bring in this group of people who actually rapes the women, forced abortion, forced conversion. What the hell's going on, women? Women, you guys need to get your fucking head on straight, because the people you're bringing up and bringing in are going to destroy your children and destroy your legacy.
Do you want to know what the white liberal women do?
What?
They defend the community as a whole.
Yes.
They won't call out these people because they believe that you have to defend the community as a whole, because they're pro illegal immigration, they're pro migration, and they believe that you have to defend these people because they're vulnerable, they're a minority, and you can't blame everyone for the crimes of a few. But it's not a few. It's a mass campaign.
That's right.
Of Pakistani Muslims against white underage girls, children, and they don't even talk about all the girls that have gone missing.
Yes, all the girls are gone missing,
dead,
right?
Missing, dead, just disappeared. No one talks about that.
It's like,
you know what I mean? We've seen it in India, Indian culture. You know, Indian culture. They just like you see it all the time. There's stories where you get a group of men that rape children and just throw them on the dump.
Yeah.
They just literally so young and just throw them on the dump and discard them because they don't mean anything to these people.
Yeah.
They don't have the relationship that we have with children and vulnerable people, the caring, nurturing side. These people have an animalistic, sadistic nature.
Yeah, it is. It really is a lack of empathy and a psychopathy and in-group preference and a group herd mentality.
Preference.
What would you
they
say?
have out-group preference. The feminists, the white liberal feminists, they have out-group preference.
Right.
They want to be what is it that they all say? Empaths.
Yes.
Right. They want to be empathetic to everyone except their own group because they view themselves as privileged and blah blah.
Well, they
blah.
hate their dad. That's
But-
what this is all about. They get programmed in college to hate their white father, and then they go and destroy the world and destroy their womb because of that hatred, which is fucking wild. That's what's going on.
You know, what your first question was, or not your first question, but your first statement was, you're surprised it's not making so many waves in Europe
Yeah.
and the UK. And my response to that is, I'm surprised that it's not being completely banned and censored over there.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure they're going after Elon because his is the platform that they're sharing all this on.
Well, that's what they brought in the social media ban. Not to go off on a tangent,
You're
but
100% right.
if you think about the social media ban, how do you influence the younger generation and indoctrinate them into groupthink? Well, you basically say X the platform that is freedom of speech, that is showing Rupert Lowe's comments, Rupert Lowe's tweets, showing Tommy Robinson's tweets, showing the marches in Britain, right? Elon Musk is showing it and he's talking about it and he's expressing an opinion. But notice who didn't get banned, who isn't going to get banned next year. That's Blue Sky.
Yeah, Blue Sky.
Blue Sky, which is basically a haven for nonces and pervs and pedos,
Yeah.
is not going to get banned. Under 16s are going to be able to continue to use Blue Sky,
Yeah.
but they're not going to be able to use X. They're not going to be able to use TikTok. They're not going to be able to use Instagram. Not going to be able to use Snapchat. Not going to be able to use Reddit.
Yeah.
All the other platforms are getting banned,
Yeah.
but the one platform that doesn't get banned is Blue Sky because it pumps out what the government wants to be there: left-wing groupthink.
No, you're 100% right. Shout out to Professor Grass in the chat. Just saw you jump in there, Grass. Good to see you, buddy. We had Keir Starmer. He let off over 13,000 pedophiles that were picked up with a letter of warning. 13,000 pedophiles and rapists let him off with a warning while he was
Well, he was the head of the public prosecutions,
he was
wasn't he,
while-
before he's prime minister?
during that tenure.
You know,
Right.
he oversaw Jimmy Savile, never did anything about that.
Right.
Turned a blind eye to that.
100%. The cops suppressed the victims. They banned them from social media. It was facilitated by the government. And I see a lot of people like calling for the local governments to have reform. But this goes all the way to the top, bro. This goes to the king, in my opinion. He had Johnny Savile with him. You know, they're all Masons. You know, for the first time ever in England, the cops and the public servants have to report if they belong to a secret society or if they're a Mason or not. That's what this is. It's the entire enchilada that needs to be turned over. And until people realize that their entire way of life and their children are at risk of being destroyed or broken, I think I saw somebody earlier said that they need some vigilantes, 100%. But they do. They need vigilantes. They need people to go against this with the flock cameras and everything like that. And you know, you've got those everywhere out there.
Well, notice the difference, right? Notice if you have a left-wing march, if you have a pro-Palestine march, if you have a government-agreed march, nothing will happen, right? But look what happened after the Henry Novak case, when people marched in Southampton. And I told you about how one guy, he was a kid, he threw a brick at a cop, right? He was rushed through the criminal justice system, right? And now he's looking at doing a 3-year stretch. The government will come down. We have a fundamentally corrupt country and a fundamentally corrupt government. If you don't have the right opinion, if you don't agree with the mass, you don't have groupthink, you have a bit of intelligence, a bit of independence, they will find a way to clamp down on you, whether it be banning social media, rushing you through the criminal justice system, or giving you a jail sentence. That's why every time I tweet, you never know if you're going to get a fucking knock on the door.
Yeah.
Because I'm not hiding. I've got my name out there. I say some controversial stuff. I say some funny stuff. I say some stupid stuff. But, you know, I'm out there trying to do my bit because I don't want to die not having tried to like make this country what it used to be or try and make it better for the future generations. You know, I've got lots of cousins who've got kids and I worry about what future this country's going to be for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
As like
agree.
White families and white kids, they are going to get the thin end of the wedge going forward. And if we don't make a stand now, it's only going to get worse because things like this never get better. Even though they shined a light on it, do you not think that these grooming gangs are still going?
Yeah.
They're still committing crimes.
Right. I completely agree with you. I'm just going to pull up. What do you got there, John? You got something?
I just wanted to add what we were talking about, the women and the feminists and all that.
Yeah.
I keep telling my female friends, like, you guys better start having kids.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, we're going to, all this freedom you love having, we're going to get conquered by a culture that does not give you the right to choose whether you're going to have kids or not.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll be enslaved by it.
All of this freedom that they've enjoyed is going to be gone. They're going to find out what real patriarchy is when they have to wear a burqa or whatever, when they're not allowed to drive, when they're not allowed to go out in public without a male family member, bro. That's fucking wild.
Because we've let in a lot of other cultures that do not have these same, letting our not having kids and letting our species die off feelings.
Yeah.
Like the Indians aren't stopping to reproducing. The Arabs and Muslims and Latin American immigrants that are coming in, they're not slowing down their birth rate. It's just white Western cultures that are doing that.
Well, you can see the demographic change in real time, can't you?
Yes.
Obviously, for us, it's more glaring because our country is tiny.
Yeah.
You can fit England in fucking California. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's more glaring and more obvious. But even you in America can see that your cities, your states are changing.
Yes, they're
dramatically.
changing.
You only have to look at Michigan, Colorado,
Texas.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Texas with all the Indians. I mean, this isn't right. When I think of America, I think of when I think of immigrants, I think of Latin Americans, Central Americans. I think of shit like that. I don't think of fucking Indians, North Africans, Muslims. It's like all the shit countries. You get all the shit countries. They never send their best. You get the fucking worst of other people. I mean, when you think about it, it used to be Italians. It used to be Irish. You know what I mean? It's like good, productive people, good, solid people, family-orientated people. Yeah. Now you're getting the fucking scum of the earth, and everyone's saying it's great.
Yeah.
People with similar Western,
values,
primarily Christian values, and now it's not. Even Latin America at least has, even though they vote commie for whatever reason, they at least have Christian values behind them. But I live kind of in a bubble. I'm in Miami where there were never a lot of white people since I was a kid in the 80s.
Yeah.
So it's it's always been mostly Latin American.
Yeah.
And we don't have the closest thing to the African migrants we have are like the Jamaicans and the Haitians and all that, like the Caribbean island.
Jamaicans are all right. They're good people.
The Haitians are a little crazy, dog. I heard they like the barbecue.
Those ones that eat cats and dogs.
And people, yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
And do voodoo and all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah. They're some crazy people. But if you guys want to dive a little bit deeper on this, here's a YouTube channel, A Legion of Men. I follow him pretty regularly, and he goes into the gang rape inquiry report, institutional failure, systemic abuse. No one protected the girls over decades. I'll drop the link in the chat if you guys want to go into that more later.
A national disgrace that no one in this country wants to talk about, and that tells you everything. When the state and the government are trying to cover it up, that tells you absolutely everything about it.
That's exactly right. You're 100% right on that one.
They won't tackle immigration. They won't tackle grooming gangs. The two biggest issues in this country, and the government are scared to tackle it. And you have to ask yourself, why are they scared to tackle it?
Yeah, what's going on with that? Yeah.
Because you don't want the children of this country to be raped, and the people that are doing it are coming to this country illegally. So join up the dots, work it out.
Yeah. The only solution to this is to reconstitute the family as much as you can. Reconstitute it. That's what I would encourage everybody to do. Surround yourself with good relationships that you can build upon, and then build it brick by brick, family by family, in order to create yourself a little pocket where you live. Monk Fruit says Americans will never give up their dogs. I hope they don't. I hope the English never give up their dogs either. I know that in Muslims, they don't like dogs.
We're going that way, Lo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I told you this before, haven't I? I've done countless videos. Two things about our country. We love a drink, so you got the pubs. The pubs are disappearing.
Yeah.
We're losing 3 or 4 pubs a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? English drinking culture is going out the window. The 18 to 30s won't touch it, and the fucking Islamic culture wants to get rid of it. And then the dogs, we like our dogs off the lead. We like them to go roam in the country. We like them, and they're saying, well, look, we know that you love the dogs, but, can you keep them in the house? can you keep them on the lead? And Zach Polanski, the Green Party, says you're going to have to get a license
Oh my
to own a
God.
dog. So we're going to tax you every year to own a dog,
What
and not
the
just tax you.
fuck?
They're going to tax you per dog.
Per-
You know what I'm saying? So they can keep the numbers down. So they, because a lot of people that are on lower incomes, poor people, they have dogs.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot in their life. They can't afford to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But they have a family pet.
Yeah.
It brings joy to their life.
Yeah.
And they want to take that away
Uh,
because they want to cater to an Islamic culture
Yeah.
that fears and hates dogs, like we know from Sneeko.
Yeah, oh man, yeah. I got two things. First thing, we got Zay in the chat. He's asking, can the English smoke in the pubs still or no, James?
No,
No, can't. Oh, that's
they have to go out. They have to go outside.
Yeah.
Even in Miami, where we used to pride ourselves on being able to smoke in bars and clubs,
Yeah.
after COVID, they shut a lot of it down.
Oh, Jesus.
They can still legally allow it if they want to, but a lot of places just said no more.
Yeah, yeah. Zayd also says you don't have to be a Christian to do things the right way. When you're doing wrong, mistakes happen. You can always remedy those. Well, I agree, but I think that how do you control a bulk of people? That's a little bit different. I think there is a herd mentality, that kind of picks up, and then you also have to consider the fact that there are bad actors. And what I say bad actors are people who understand the psychology of herd mentality, and then they go into the herd like Ray Epps did back on January 6th, and they tell people, "Hey, go into the White House, knowing full well that then they'll be prosecuted and they'll use that. And so, when you're in a group of people, you get all excited and you're with the group philosophy. I'm not saying you're a bunch of young party goers out there trying to loot a CVS or run into a Vons or take over a little skate park or something like that. But you know what I'm saying. You just got to understand that there's other forces. What I was going to say earlier is with the feminism stuff, it's very much like Adam and Eve in the Bible. Here we are. We're Adam. We're sitting over on the sideline. We're watching Eve, which is the women, and she's consorting with the government to fuck us all over, bro. And she'll do it and get us all kicked out of the fucking garden. So that's why I say, hey, I say it lovingly to the women who will listen. Hey, you guys, wake up. All of this stuff has been a bunch of bullshit. And then the fucking blue-haired women with the nose rings, the fake lashes, the long fingernails, the fat ones that can't even wipe their ass. I say, get the fuck out of the way, because you guys are going to have your fucking, they're going to put a burden on your back because of this. You guys are going to be enslaved and become a beast of burden, and that's what's going to happen. Nacho says,
I say bring back the Crusades, mate. We need a new Richard the Lionheart. That's what we need. We need someone probably better equipped than Tommy Robinson, to make a fucking stand. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear
but
you.
I do think eventually, right, the rubber's going to meet the road. And people always say, don't say shit like this. Don't say the great replacement theory. Don't say shit like that.
Yeah.
But I do think eventually this is going to lead to some kind of civil disorder. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be an all-out civil war, but there is going to be a breakdown, and there will be civil disorder in our country, in your country, in my country, in both of our countries.
Yeah. No, I it's going to have to happen. I think they want it to happen, though, James. John, what are your thoughts on this? I think they want it to happen in order to push the AI government. They already have AI governments that they're testing out in Ukraine and in other places. What do you think,
I know
John?
there were a couple of places that were floating that idea. I didn't know that it was actually being implemented.
No, it's actually being implemented. Yeah.
That's insane. No, they definitely, they want to separate us. Ebi was mentioning that the bullfighting thing is like in Spain kind of, falling out of favor because of the animal rights. And you know what? You can love animal rights and all that, but that's part of Spanish culture.
Yeah, facts.
Like they're trying to separate us from our culture, from our traditions, from our sense of national pride. They want to get rid of all of that shit, so that we can just be a moldable, global, go with the wind, whatever commands they issue us from on high, slaves. Yeah. So they don't want us to be proud about anything of ourselves. And as soon as they overrun all these countries with, other immigrants that cause dysfunction, then they'll turn the gun on them and make them ashamed of their culture. But right now they're using them to destroy our culture.
Yeah,
'Cause we're the ones that'll fight.
I agree with you. That's 100%.
I just
John.
checked my phone. I want to say thanks to the 2 people that dropped the Ko-Fi. I appreciate it.
Oh, who are they? Let's
Cheers.
shout them out, bro.
I think Swift was one of them.
Yeah, shout out to Swift. Did he say anything? I'll read it up here on the chat. Thanks, Swift, for doing that. No, but you're 100% right, John. That's what they're going to do. They're going to push it so that we get the AI.
Yeah, Swift and Unicorn Comics.
That's Mr. Jiki. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate that. And A Swift,
Cheers.
appreciate that. No, you're 100% right. I think that the big deal about all of this is the fact that they want to bring in the AI government. But the other thing that you have to consider is that they don't have to put the gun to any of these other immigrant groups. They already have them because we finance them. Our tax dollars subsidize them 100%. You know what I'm saying, John? That's why they're already bitch made, because they're on our dole. All we have to do is threaten to take away their money and they roll over. The Muslims aren't really Muslim, bro. They're fucking government employees is what I'm trying to say. That's the crazy thing. I think we got a Ko-Fi from John. John, what are you doing? Miami John, shout out to Miami John. Says, buy more tequila. Let's go. Buy more tequila from Miami John. 100%. But no, I think that's the kind of situation that we're in. Thanks, John. I appreciate that, bro. I'll buy a shot of tequila on that one. Appreciate that.
I sent you a pint too, James. So
fantastic.
Oh, cheers, man. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I love this guy. See, he's so much better than D-Wag. He's better looking than D-Wag. He's more charismatic than D-Wag.
Yeah.
He's more intelligent than D-Wag, even though apparently D-Wag has 150 IQ.
Yeah, and also
I have like a 50 IQ.
D-Wag's a millionaire
Yeah,
too, by the way. You know, for those who don't know.
I was told by a source close to D-Wag D-Wag that he has a 450 IQ.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, we better get into some.
I don't like that he's Forrest Mummy's favourite. I'm incredibly jealous. You know what I mean? He's FOMO's favourite.
Yeah, FOMO has a soft spot for him for sure, but that's facts. Mr. Jiki says, get rid of the tiny hats and the population decline and immigration from the worst third world country ends really fast. I agree with you on that one for sure. It's not the while the bulwark or the weapon is the flood of the immigrants. Who is financing that? Who is pushing all that our way? Who is working in concert with our own governments to make that happen? Who is working with our own governments to suppress the rebellion of the naturalized citizens who are already here? I mean, weren't we supposed to look out for Native Americans, John? Didn't you hear that in America all the time? Oh, well, they were indigenous.
Yeah.
They were indigenous. Well, what about the indigenous people of England? What about their rights? How come they're not going off and supporting the indigenous?
They're oppressors. They don't get rights.
Yeah.
They just get called oppressors.
They rewrite history, though, don't they? If you asked anyone who was left of centre or extremely left in this country, they'll explain away how there's no such thing as white people. There's no such thing as whiteness. There's no such thing as Anglo-Saxon. We are all something from somewhere else. And they even like try and say that the first people in England were black. You know what I mean? They'll talk. You know, black people invented everything. Do you know black people invented the telephone?
Yeah.
Did you not know that the Scottish and the Irish are black now?
Yeah.
As was Beethoven and George Washington and Einstein and Hitler.
Yeah.
I've seen all of these recently.
Yeah. You know what's the craziest thing? You bringing up these topics or these statistics is that I saw that the highest number of conversions to Islam in England were gingers. They had a nearly 70.
Oh, it's incredible. Go on TikTok or Instagram, right? And there's this one guy, right? I'm not a violent man anymore. I used to be quite violent.
Okay.
I'm not a violent man anymore. I used to be quite violent, but
yeah.
I saw this guy, right? And he converted to Islam.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, the dad, and he was so fearful. I believe he converted to Islam because the area in which he lived and grew up in was no longer a white community. It was a Pakistani Islamic community. Yeah. And he felt like he was vulnerable.
Yeah.
So he converted to Islam, but then he gets his son, and his son can be like, he's like 7 or 8, right? And his son's crying his fucking eyes out as he's reciting some bullshit from the Quran.
Yeah.
Right? So under duress, he's converting his son.
Oh, is he? Were they both gingers as well?
Yeah, I think one of them was Ginger. I didn't see the. He had one of the silly hats on, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was like fucking not a beanie,
Yeah.
not a cool hat, a
Yeah.
silly hat. And he was like fucking. His fucking son is crying his eyes out. Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing, what he's saying, and he's basically like taking his son down a road that he shouldn't be doing. As a father, you should be protecting your son,
No, 100%,
and not
bro.
putting him in that situation.
100%.
And he's taking him down a path. He's putting him into a faith that's going to affect the rest of his life.
Shout out.
And that's a shit father, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to Tank Ferret. He says, "Good evening to all the magnificent Bruvs and Bruvettes." 100%. Shout out to you, Tank. We got CK in the chat. He says, "Forced conversion." That's 100% what's going on. And we talked about this before, that King Charles is really a Muslim. And he had a conversion a number of years
Defender
ago.
of all faiths.
Defender of all faiths. Yeah, it's a Catholic church. What is it? Roman Catholic or the no?
He's supposed to be the head of state, so
Yeah.
he's supposed to be the head of the Church of England.
Church of England.
So
that's
he's
what it
the
is.
he's the defender of the faith.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But now, when his mother died, the Queen Elizabeth, he said, "Now, as king, I will be the defender of all faiths in this country." And he's only saying this because he wants to bring in the Islamic faith.
That's
He's
exactly
not
what's
saying
happening.
this because of Catholics
Yeah.
or any other religion,
Yeah.
or he's saying this because he wants to ingratiate the Islamic faith, of
Yeah.
which he is very fond, if not. He's like a proponent of
Yeah.
the Islamic faith more than he is of the Church of England
Bro,
and Christianity.
100%. And haven't these people learned anything? I mean, like, we look at what happened in Zimbabwe. We look at what happened in South Africa right now. That used to be Rhodesia. And we look at what happened in Liberia. They get rid of all of their white farmers. They take back the land. They kill the white farmers because the white farmers.
And then they need us to bail them out with food.
Yeah, and then they don't know how to farm. They
But what
can't.
they do, they don't know how to. This is what they do. Like you said, they kill. So they take the farm by force,
Yeah,
right?
they force it.
Instead of learning from the white farmers, they kill the white farmers and his families,
Yeah.
right? Then they slaughter all the animals
Yep.
and burn down the farm and the homestead.
Yep.
And then they do a little dance around the fire.
Yeah.
And then what they're gonna do? This is the type of people you're dealing with.
Right. Then they starve for the next 9 months, and then they beg for. And then it's like in Zimbabwe, they beg for the farmers to return and actually try to give them back their land.
Well, it was the breadbasket of Africa,
Right,
wasn't it?
yes, yes.
It was the richest country in Africa. Then Robert Mugabe, who was educated in England, went back there, looted the country, and then they had hyperinflation. God, it cost like, I think it cost like 500 quid for a loaf of bread
Yeah.
at one point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's
You know,
what-
black people can't run things. They're stupid.
You heard it here
You know, they
first,
don't-
folks.
And I saw something in apparently in most African languages there isn't a word for maintenance.
That's right. I heard
So
that. I've heard that
when
too.
they try to explain to them, you know, you have to change the oil to maintain the engine or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a concept they don't understand.
No, right. And also the three tenses of living: the past tense, the future tense, and the present. And they only understand the present. And it's because the food was so plentiful over there. You know, if they wanted something, they just went out to the bush and got it, or they got it fruit from the trees or whatever. You know, different people are designed different ways for different reasons. You know, people have different.
Oh, we're all product of trying to survive and pass our genes on in the environment that we're in, right?
Yeah, well said.
So
Yeah, that's what I was going to
We
say.
evolved to
Right.
we evolved. You could be a you know, religious person and still believe that people evolve to their environments,
Right.
without believing that people came from apes, if that's not your belief. But you know, we
Well, we're a
evolved.
product of
That's-
our environments, aren't they?
That's why the Norse are all super pale white, because apparently that skin color is better for the.
That's wrong.
climate
They're all
that they have
black,
up
John.
there.
I just saw a documentary. They're all black.
All the Vikings are black, John. And you know what?
Yeah, I just saw it. Sweden done one. Sweden done like
Yeah.
with public money from the government, done a
No.
documentary
Yeah.
about the origins of their country, and all of them
No.
were black.
Yeah, they're all black. And then
You're joking.
yeah, no, they,
Is that,
No,
you need to
serious.
send me a link
Government
for that.
funded.
government funded. Government's always right, John. Don't you know that?
Look, do you
You
not
need to-
understand, John? You have to do blind casting.
Yeah.
You have to do blind casting now.
Yeah.
You can't do accurate
God.
casting. Blind casting.
What's like
Yeah.
that Bolin show on HBO that they did where they made The Queen of England, a black woman.
Yeah, the race casting.
If you ever go to London, right? If you ever come to London, right, and you want to go to the theatre, watch the musical Six, and it's the Six Wives of Henry VIII, and they're basically black, transgender. You know,
Bro, why
they
would I
basically
watch that? I'm not gonna go. If I'm going to England, I'm gonna go get some beer. I'm gonna get some fish and chips. I'm gonna go to the countryside. That's
I'm
what
just
I'm gonna
saying
do.
to you,
I'm
if you
not
if you
gonna
like
go
the
see-
theatre, maybe you want to bring your girlfriend or your fiance or your
Right.
wife, and
My
you want to go to the theatre.
fiancé.
If you want to go and see, yeah,
Yeah. No.
go see Six, and then you'll see multiculturalism at its finest.
Yeah. There are two components that I want to remind everybody that when people are developing, they have the genetic traits that come from their genes, and then they have an epigenetic trait. What an epigenetic trait
Right.
is set by your environmental constraints, and it's often passed down from your parents, and that will develop. After 3 generations, the epigenetic traits get set pretty strongly within your genetics, and they yield those kind of traits. Disassociation is one of the traits that you can get from like trauma. And so that's why in certain bloodlines, they look for that because they want that trauma. They want people to be able to disassociate, and they might make better leaders or whatever. So that's something to consider.
You know, they did this reminds me of what you're talking about, epigenetic traits. They did a study with, I think it was field rodents or something like that, where they took some field.
Yeah, hold on. I got to fix your audio. It just dropped out. Yeah. It just dropped out at the appropriate time. Yeah. I was watching for it. I was like, you bastard. All right, here we go. All right, you're back. Yeah. All right, what were you saying?
We're not going to
John?
get banned, are we?
No, we're good. We're fine.
They
Yeah.
did an experiment where they like took a bunch of field rodents, I think, or mice or rats or something, and they bred them in captivity for like 4 or 5 generations, and they were still terrified anytime they saw a shadow overhead.
Oh, really?
Like their instincts kicked in. Yeah. So epigenetically, that's a trait that they have.
Yeah.
Even though they never grew up with that fear was there still.
Yeah. Wow.
Imagine rodents being more intelligent than a certain demographic.
No, 100%, bro. That happens, people. See, this is the thing that I'm talking about the psychological information that the elites know. The people who are managing our societies, they know all this stuff, and they're doing these things, and then they're pretending like they don't know it, but they do know it, and it has a big impact on how people behave, on how cultures interact on a macro level, and how that impacts people, even through their epigenetics and their genetics. When you bring a bunch of people from one region of the world that are predominantly black and you drop them in Ireland, you're destroying that genetic lineage.
Yep.
And they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Well, look what
100%.
happened when they had the riots in Belfast.
Yeah.
They called them riots. They didn't call them a protest. And they said they were race riots and they were based in racial hatred. And instead of the government coming out and talking about the poor geezer that got carved up, you know, he's blind in one eye, the guy tried to chop his head off. Instead of showing empathy towards him and his family and his plight, they basically said the Irish government said we got to rally around the migrant community because they're under pressure, they're under harassment. You know what I mean? It's like,
Man, I love that song. That's a great song.
it's
Under
crazy,
pressure.
isn't it? It's like you want to protect. They're protecting the perpetrators and not protecting the victim because they're so scared of how it's going to look politically that they ignore the obvious, that you had the geezer that shouldn't have been there,
Yeah.
fucking trying to chop someone's head off.
Yeah. No, 100%, bro. 100%. Now, you got any more points, John, before we move on? I think we beat that horse to the ground a little bit.
Yeah, John was saying too much racism about the black community.
I did actually. There is one thing. Mr. GK a little bit back said eliminate the small hats and we get rid of the immigration problem. But I don't necessarily agree with that because they already control the media. They control, you'd have to ban all media and the internet for them not to try to exert some manner of control.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So
with
I don't
you.
think it's as easy as that.
Well, I also think that like the way that they work is it's a rings within rings kind of structure, and you have to go through an alchemical transition in order to get to another and smaller, more inner ring. You're like, damn, Ray, what the fuck you talking about? Well, say if you go join a group and there's 100 guys, right? And nobody else knows outside of you 100 guys that you're in a group. It's a little secret society. Well, then within that secret society, there's smaller rings of secret societies. Like maybe a group of 10 goes to the donut shop every Monday and they'll invite you to come along. Well, you got to do.
Shit, they got cells.
Yeah, they got cells. That's how it works, bro. It's like that mosaic cell group. That's how everything that's how they do the structure. And so you have to understand it's going to be harder to root out than just saying like, I agree with you on broad spectrum. Get rid of the tiny hats or get rid of like the Muslims or whatever. I agree with that, but at the same time they have like they have this whole lineage of being like crypto Christians or crypto Muslims, or where they pretend to be one thing but really they're not. You got the Donmei over there in the Middle East who were basically they all converted to Islam, and then they were secretly remained Jewish, like Sebbatai Zebi, descendants from Sebbatai Zebi. So that's pretty crazy, bro.
It's not even just that. Also, part of it too is I'm sure Ray, you've seen the Yuri Bezmenov interview from way back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay, remember he said, this is us bringing communism into the West. It's a long con, and eventually, in the next 20 years, you'll see that you can show these people who have been brainwashed into it actual proof that this was a mind fuck game to brainwash them, and they will hold so strong to their brainwashing that they will tell you that you're a liar and all this other stuff. So I think part of it is also people are brainwashed.
Well, and the crazy thing is, I don't think even it's not communism, people. This is the thing. They created this fake thing like a golem. That's what they call it. And then they gave it a name. And then you think it's that, but it's not. It's really Babylonian magic behind it. This is this like, or Egyptian magic behind it. And you're like, Ray, what the hell are you talking about? Well, it was the same thing that Aleister Crowley talked about when he went to Egypt, and then he wrote the Book of the Law, came back, and then he basically influenced all of entertainment. And he said it's going to be the age of Aquarius. Well, what he meant by that, he was going to bring back the old system to control society, the old system to fuck with people's minds, because as humans, we have glitches in our minds. Like we could be overly empathetic, or like, we can fall victim to doublespeak. We can fall victim to the confidence game. We can fall victim to all these different things of deception and be manipulated by our emotions. And that's what he was going to bring back. And that's called the kind of magic that they manifest, that they deploy against normal people who are just trying to go to work at 8:30 in the morning and get their damn Starbucks. And if you didn't know, the Starbucks mermaid is basically a Abraxas, and go look at what Abraxas was. Abraxas is an old god, an old goddess, a double-tailed mermaid. So go check that out. That's all over our society, people. We might think that
sounds kinky.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little kinky, right? I think she still only had the one hole, though, James. No, she didn't have bonus holes. She just had the one. But 100%. But no, we'll get into that a whole bunch more. And I think we should probably have our own episode on it, on some of that stuff.
Don't do it with Charlie. It'd be a 6-hour episode. Christ.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was gonna try to get Charlie to come on today, but I think it was a little too early for him. He's back there on the East Coast. He's still at work and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, and he's a big talker
he seems
too.
Like he's more a late night guy.
Yeah, he's more of a night owl for sure.
I like how we're getting a Ball Guys crew. It's Ray and the Ball Guys. That should be the name of our band, Ray and the Ball Guys. We're getting a Ball Guy group, aren't we?
The mustache and the baldies, and so I better not shave my mustache, bro. 100%. All right, I wanted to jump over, unless you guys had anything else to say about that, I wanted to jump over to this Ethan Ralph, Scarlett Hampton, Nick Rekieta, bro. We got all kinds of stuff stewing.
Getting into the gossipy stuff.
Gossipy stuff, bro. We got about 30 minutes left. I figure we better get into this gossipy stuff. It's gonna be dripping.
We'll smash it.
We have about, I'm not even lying, people. I have about 2 hours worth of gossip shit right here to talk about real quick. That's going on in the sector. We got the whole thing going on with the whole Ralph and Scarlett thing where, I don't know, I guess Scarlett streamed for 7 hours the other day and Ralph called in and got his ass kicked, which was interesting. Did you guys see that? Did you see that, James?
Yeah, I'm like, this is like the never-ending story.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how much punishment one man can take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like some men are like a glutton for punishment. It's like we were talking about this before the stream, and we were like, never go back.
Yeah.
I'm a never go back guy. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
okay.
It's like, you know, what's done is done. You have to park it. I think once something's broken, once something's done, you know, let sleeping dogs lie. Don't go over it again. And I think, you know, he's circling the drain, isn't he, Ethan? He's looking for someone. He's looking for a weapon that he can strike back at Mershat.
Yeah.
So he's like, he's looking for allies.
Yeah.
He's lashing out at everyone. He used to be on good terms with Rekieta. Now he's not. Who can I find to go back at Rekieta?
Yeah.
And they're going back and forth. The same thing with like his interactions with Scampoli seems to be going forward because he wants to strike back and attack Mersh. It's in his nature, isn't it? It's like the scorpion and the frog, isn't it? Why do you do what you do? Because it's in my nature. You know, Ralph is he's a petty guy. He's a small guy. He likes to lash out. He's kind of vindictive and he kind of like wants to settle scores. He thinks he's like an old school gunslinger, doesn't he? You done me wrong there, bitch. I'm gonna,
There's
you
that
know.
southern accent. I like
So he's
it,
gonna
yeah.
like strike. He's gonna strike back at you.
Yeah.
And he's like, the problem is, though, he gives off this impression that he thinks he's quite smart
Yeah.
because he talks about political issues. But I actually honestly think that Ethan Ralph is stupid. I think he's quite dense. He has no emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
He lashes out. He reacts. You know, he's drunk. He's pilled up. He's not professional. So I think this guy's kind of just like circling the drain. And there's something fundamentally wrong with you if Scarlett Hampton, who is a dunce, can run rings around you.
She ran
and she
rings
has
around
been
him.
playing him.
Yeah.
She has been running rings around him. And bear in mind, the biggest accolade on her CV is blacked porn star. And she's running rings around so-called political intellectual Ethan Ralph. So don't tell me, there's a lot of people online who think they're incredibly intelligent.
No,
I think you're a smart guy. I think John's a smart guy. I think I'm a smart guy in a different way. I do it in a kind of like jokey way, but people who know me off stream know that it's kind of like I'm smarter than I let on. And it's like I don't see that with Ethan.
Yeah.
And I think the problem with Nick is a smart guy. He's a lawyer, so he has the fundamental smarts, but he is addicted more than women, more than Packet. He is addicted to online drama. Do you remember when he was at his zenith, when he was at his height? He was doing the law streams.
Yeah.
And I think they were just so boring for him that he just threw it all away because he liked the Simpcast.
Yeah.
He likes the online drama. He's got a very much Alex Stein personality.
Yeah.
Alex Stein is kind of above it, and I really like him. I think he's a top guy. But he does love a bit of the gossip and the drama, doesn't he? He's always like reaching out to Mersh, isn't he, and Royce? What's the story going on in lolcow world? You know what I mean? He does love it, doesn't he?
I mean, I like the drama too. I gotta admit, you know, but sometimes it can be too much. Yeah, it seems like every time I turn around, Ethan Ralph and Scarlett have broken up, then they get back together. They've broken up and get back together. James, have you ever gone back and dated one of your exes the second time? Have you?
No.
You've never done that. John, have you ever gone back and dated one of your exes the second time?
There was one that I had for a long time as an on and off thing. But after that, never again.
Okay.
That was just like too bad.
Was the on and off thing like part of your relationship, or did you guys break up and then you were dating other people and then you guys got back together?
It was more breakup, dating other people. And then, you know, because we spent a lot of time together and we had a lot of fun times. And so every once in a while, one gets sentimental, reaches out, and then we try again. And never again, though. Fuck that.
Yeah, we got Michael Howard in the chat. He says Rekieta is also addicted to the rock star lifestyle, it seems. Yeah, it seems like
it's true. That's a great point.
It's
a great point.
Yeah, it's the clout.
He's the sex drug. He is literally. He's a walking, talking meme, mini of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I mean, Michael's right. I mean, he's out here and he's like, some people, right? I think with him is he wants people to know, right? He could do this and not tell anyone, but some people want it out on Front Street.
Yeah.
They want to let everyone know that they're doing the sex, drugs, and the rock and roll. There is plenty of people online, right, that are doing that, but you'll never find anything about it because they got a tight personality. They can keep it in house. They know how to keep stum and keep their mouth shut. They've got a good tight circle of friends. But Rekieta, everything is on Front Street. And if I want a lawyer, right,
Yeah.
I don't want fucking Kleinfeld from Carlito's Way.
Yeah.
We all know how that ends, you know, Sean
Yeah.
Penn's character.
Yeah.
I want someone as a lawyer who knows, who's got a bit of discipline and can keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
I would never get Nick Rekieta to be my lawyer because he's so fucking out on Front Street and car crash.
Do you think he'll be back? He'll ever go back to being a lawyer, James, or no? You think he's going to be done not doing the
I
lawyer
think
thing?
he's too overexposed, isn't he? He's kind of like a minor celebrity. He's
Yeah.
a minor online celebrity. And like Michael says, I think he's addicted to that.
Yeah.
I think he likes it. I think he likes that people know who he is.
Yeah.
He's a face, you know, people talk about him. I think he doesn't care what they talk about him about, just that people are talking about him. Some people like that. Some people like to be in the shadows. I think he really likes to be out there, and he really likes that this online community kind of revolves around him, and
Yeah.
people are always talking about him and his life, his family, his goings on, what he's doing. It's kind of like, it does become addictive, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, 100%. I agree with you, and I think that, like, you know, that happens to nerds. I guess Rekieta, he might have been a nerd growing up, going to law school. I know it's happened to engineers. I've watched it happen to engineers whenever they get a little bit of clout. They get a little bit of, like I've said, I've known a lot of SpaceX engineers. I know a lot of Boring Company engineers. I know a lot of Riot Games engineers. And when other people think that that's cool, they're like, oh my God, it kind of goes to their head. They're like, they'll end up drinking, you know, till they're blackout drunk at a party. They'll be buying everybody shots to do that.
This is going to be John when John gets famous. We ain't going to be able to control him. He's going to be like this big party animal. You know what I mean?
John,
I've
that'd be
had
awesome.
my party animal phase for sure.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. No coke. I never did coke. I know my limits, and I did not want to get stuck on that one because
Yeah.
I've seen it happen. You know, I'm in Miami. I've seen it happen.
Sure.
But
They do coke in Miami?
yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
It's like the national. It's like the city's official meal. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I think it's like a condiment at Costco, bro. You'll get a hot dog, you get your ketchup, and a bump of Coke. That's the way they do it at Costco. 100%.
Nah, I think you know, James said he thinks that Rekieta got bored with the law streams. I don't think that's the case. I think he knew that. I mean, he was a lawyer. I think he enjoys that stuff. However, I think when he started making all the money and getting all the clout
Yeah.
and having all the bitches in his DMs,
Yeah.
I think that's when it was like, oh wait, I can be the degenerate I really wanted to be always. And I think that's kind of what fucked him up more than anything.
No, facts. But I think he said I remember hearing him say on stream that he really didn't enjoy being a lawyer as much as he enjoyed doing law tube. So 100%.
But see, the thing is, I think we've got the discipline, haven't we? Say we crack the nut. Say we finally find what makes us successful and we're starting making money hand over fist. I think the three of us would have the discipline to keep doing that.
Yeah.
He was making money hand over fist doing LawTube.
Yeah.
I don't care how boring it is, how pedestrian, how if I'm doing 12 hours a day. If I'm making thousands of pounds a day, right, you better believe that I will do that every single day for however long it takes until I bled it dry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've got the discipline to keep that cash cow going. Do you think I really want to go on fucking Simpcast with Chrissy Mayer and a bunch of old hags? The only one who's decent on that now is Forest Mummy. It's absolutely washed. I was watching it the other day with someone and I was going, Jesus Christ, this is fucking terrible. FOMO's like tap drinking a Prosecco or something. I'm just laughing. I was like, fucking hell. Fucking terrible, man.
We got a CK in the chat. He's asking a question. He says, engineering school seems like a lot of students were alcoholics. And I think that when I was in engineering school, everybody drank, bro. On the weekend, everybody got absolutely plastered. And sometimes they would drink during the week too. But then when I went into into the field, into work, you know, when I worked for the defense contractor, everybody didn't really drink too much. When I was in the private industry, like when I would go and interact with different people at like SpaceX or Tesla or a Boring Company or wherever, they all drank. They drank a lot. They drank at lunch. They drank all the time. So I think that they felt like they worked hard and they should be able to play hard.
It's the stress, I suppose. You need a relief, don't you?
And it is a stress. A lot of people, they all ate candy like crazy. I will say that. Everybody ate candy like crazy. Every company that I worked at had like unlimited like snacks and candies and chocolate bars. And cafeteria and all that kind of stuff to keep you going. So 100% agree on there. But yeah, like Zayd says, that's college. A lot of people just drink like crazy on college, bro.
Yeah.
Michael Howard.
Usually when you think engineers, you don't think like crazy party people. You think like, autistic people like, what was that stupid show? Big Bang Theory?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but they became the
like
new
that.
rock stars, didn't
That's what
they?
I'm
They
saying.
literally became the new rock stars. When they talk about the meek inheriting the earth, suddenly all these people, it was like real life Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
All these fucking geeks and nerds
That's what
and
I'm saying.
people that are antisocial by nature were put in a position where they were in a social environment, and how do they handle it? They
lost
it's like
it.
a kid in
They
a candy
lose it.
store,
Yeah,
innit?
they lose it.
Yeah, drugs, women. They never would have got these women.
Exactly.
The only reason any of these people got these women is because they became like tech entrepreneurs. After college, university.
Okay, James.
And
that's why, in Silicon Valley, they ushered this in. And then Bitcoin and the Bitcoin millionaires ushered this in. And that's why the cuck thing is such a big deal now. Is because so many women get with these guys for their money, and then they want to sleep with somebody that they're really attracted to. That's what's going on.
And do you know who they're doing it to?
Who?
Rekieta's best friend. Do you know Rekieta's best friend, Drexel, the black guy,
no,
right?
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Right. Rekieta has a best friend, or used to have a best friend. His name's Drexel, right? And he's kind of like a lover boy, right?
Yeah.
And he goes around from state to state, shagging all these married women that are married to high-powered businessmen and tech entrepreneurs. But like you said, their husbands are rich, but they don't do it for them physically, sexually, or emotionally.
Right.
So old Drex rolls into town for a couple of weeks and starts pumping the wife.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
Well,
and I think he was one of the reasons that Nick got into that lifestyle. And there was
exactly
a Bordeaux
right.
and other things like that.
That's exactly right. Because like the woman has like the dual mating strategy where she wants the money, but she also wants to be sexually attracted to the man that she's fucking. So now she has to convert the guy who has the money into a cuck so that she can go out and fuck other men. That's exactly what's going on. Or she says, let's go to be swingers so she can go out and fuck other men or whatever, bro. But that's exactly what's going on here. That's 100% it. And it's just like John said earlier, engineers, when they go out and they experience a little bit of success, Silicon Valley, or they, all of a sudden Elon Musk, all of a sudden Jeff Bezos, all of a sudden Richard Branson, all of a sudden these guys are rock stars when they used to be nerds and the world used to make fun of them. Now it's going to their head. They're the first ones that are pulling like what was that polycule with was that?
Oh God, Sam Bankman-Fried.
Sam Bankman-Fried. About him
yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean,
that motherfucker had like a polycule. He had stealing millions of dollars from people, and they were all gross people, though. All the people, none of them were attractive. They were all scary and.
Yeah, his missus was rough, wasn't she? She looked like a witch.
She looked like a troll, man. Oh, it was terrible.
Jesus.
But yeah, so that's what's going on with that, with the the whole Nick, the whole Scarlett Hampton thing, and Ralph. Who knows what's going on?
I think it's about to get interesting, though. I think this could be like a never-ending saga. Like, it's going to be the story of the summer online, isn't it?
Yeah. We got Tank in the chat. He says his 15-year-old son is cooking tilapia with lime bacon crumble, garlic sautéed bell peppers, a potato medley. They grow up so fast. Well,
nice.
Tank, that's winning right there, bro. That's 100% winning. Well,
congrats, man.
Give me a little fucking clap for that one. Good job on that one, bro. Before we bounce out of here, there's one more topic that we were talking about. I'm sure everybody's going to be fucking wagging their tongues about it. We had Ralph have Kevin. What did you call him, James? Kevin what?
Kevin rigatoni, macaroni and cheese, tortellini.
Kevin tortellini. Yeah. So Ethan Ralph
lasagna
teamed up with Kevin Scampoli. I think it was yesterday, and they did a big hour and a half stream or whatever, covering all the ills. James, I don't get it. Why do these guys have it in for merch so bad? Like, what the fuck did he ever do? Like, well, what's going? What
he's a nice guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's a nice guy, Mersh, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Do you know what I think about? You know what I like about Mersh as a person? I think fundamentally he's an honest guy.
That's
and
it.
He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's not trying to be something that he's not. You know what I mean? He's not trying to be guarded. You see him on his stream, warts and all. He has an incredible rapport with the chat in Nightwave. To me, it's the best chat online. I love being in there. All the people are sound as a pound. I love it. He doesn't really have people on his stream. It's a very one-to-one thing, and you get that. And people rally around him, and people like him because he's authentic. He's not inauthentic. He doesn't change for anyone. And I think what you find with people like Kevin Tortellini or Ethan Ralph, they will be anything to anyone to get money. They will do and say anything on any given day. They're not really authentic. And Mersh doesn't try to be anything. He's just like, I'm a guy. I'm doing my streams. I'm trying to make a buck. I think I'm pretty entertaining, and I think I'm good at my job, and people resent that. He is a nice guy. He's got his style, and it's a good style. And I've said to you at time, I could never replicate Mersh's style. I could try to, but it would be terrible because he's got a very unique style, and he's got a very unique relationship with his audience, and I like it because I have that relationship to his stream. I like it. I try to see it. It's late for me, so I'm kind of like in and out of sleep, but I try to catch as much of it as I can.
What time is it there for you?
It's like it starts at like 3:45. No, 2:45 in the morning.
2:45.
So it's 2:45 in the morning. So I try to catch it.
That's pretty early.
Yeah, but I try to break down my sleep now because I'm on California time, so I try to get a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there, so I kind of can be sharp for the streams.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you to California. Yeah, facts, bro.
Ralph's a guy, isn't he? Ralph's a guy who's, like I told you, he's a vindictive little shit, isn't he? And Scampoli's got that vindictive little shit. You know what I mean? If they had an 18-year friendship, you know what I mean? You and me don't have an 18-year friendship. We've known each other for 2 years, but I'd never fuck you over, and I know you wouldn't fuck me over. We're solid, we're tight. Same thing with John. I've known John less time, but it's the same thing. And you put a woman in the mix. This is the thing, right? There's a woman in the mix now, and there's egos in the mix. And they've all had some kind of relationship with this woman, and the knives are out because of it. It's like, was she better with me? Was she better with me? Did she love me, or did she love that guy? You know what I mean? There's all these feels, there's all these relationships, there's all these emotions going around. And I think it leads to this volatility. And when you put people online, you get it sometimes comes off a bit feminine, doesn't it? I think Ralph has been very feminine.
I think
like
so
when
too.
when he kept calling up Scarlett. He didn't do it once, he didn't do it twice, he did it 5 or 6 or 7 times, and each time he got slapped down by a blacked porn star. This is supposedly half smart Ethan Ralph. I don't get it. When you air your dirty linen out in public, it's gonna get fucking messy, innit?
Before I come to you, John, let me jump in the chat real quick. We got Zaid says Mersh is awesome. D-Wag official, he says Nice Wave is a vibe. I agree with you. CK says he's brutally honest and doesn't let much phase him. That's a real dude. I agreed. Tank says he all bought on sale, talking about the fish dinner. Dinner for 6 for less than $25. That's what I'm talking about, people. Take back your kitchen, okay? It's fun to cook. You make better food. It's way cheaper. We got Michael Howard in the chat. He says Merch is just being himself, and that's what I like about him. And he's usually real about shit. Yeah, I like Merch because he's a moral absolutist. Merch had the same takes 5 years ago as he does today. It didn't change. He'll probably have the same takes 5 years in the future. That's why I like him. He doesn't.
No, he's ahead of the curve about Cumia, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was on that from the jump.
100%. And also the other thing too is he's a staunch advocate for to try to protect kids from pedophiles, from PDF people. You know what I'm saying? We got to get that. John, I was listening to the stream. I don't know if you listened to the stream or not, but Scampoli came out and he said, yeah, Mersh says that we were like friends for like 18 years, but I only met him like once or twice, and he's a real asshole. Bro, what the hell is that all about? What's this vindictive nature? Mersh was friends enough with you to like, want to, introduce you to his girlfriend, who you then like fucking stole. I mean, that's a pretty good friend, right? I mean, what's your take on this?
I think that there's a lot of snakes out there, especially online. These are people that you don't see every day. Like, I don't think any of you guys would ever snake me because you guys aren't snakes, right?
I'm going to snake you, John.
But, oh, no.
No, I'm
No,
just
don't
teasing.
say that,
I'd never
Ray-Ray.
do that. I'd never do that. Go on.
Nah, I know you guys wouldn't. I know D-Wag would never snake me. I think we've built a pretty good group of people. But, you know, you might reach out to someone one day and be like, hey, I want to do a show with you, right? Someone that you haven't really acquainted yourself with yet.
Sure.
I mean, that's why it's cool. You always do a solo one before you bring people on to our, you know, bigger shows.
Yeah.
Because you kind of get a feel for them and stuff. And I think that's good, but you know, you never really know with a lot of online people. If I'm inviting you out to go have dinner somewhere, that means I'm putting a level of trust on you that
Yeah.
you're not going to snake me.
No, you're 100% right.
You know, I wouldn't just invite anyone random to go meet up in person from the internet. You know, it would have to be someone who I feel like I can trust.
It's the
They're
truth,
good.
man. You are 100% right. You have to, you should not meet people from the internet unless you talk to them at least face to face on like, you know, on Zoom or something like that, or Discord, and like get a good feel for who they are. Because you might show up
Yeah.
and that person might be like, you know, maybe like 2 feet tall, or you know, they could be like, it could be a woman, and like, you know, you don't know, and that's the truth, man. People are crazy on this internet, and that's what I've come to learn. Not everybody's like Zayd, who's like, I think Zayd's like 6'9" or something like that. He can dunk a basketball flat-footed, but not everybody's like Zayd. But
Without even jumping.
yeah, people are crazy, man. What's that, James?
And I think Mersh.
John?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you,
Go ahead.
No, go on,
James.
John. Finish your thoughts, John.
I was gonna say I think Mersh is just like genuinely, even though he tries to put out his image as like I'm the asshole, right? It's kind of what he does. But I think he's genuinely like a nice guy, and I think he's a little over trusting, and that's, you know, kind of where he went wrong. That's why he's always getting snaked by all these people.
yeah. No, I agree with you.
Do you
on
know
that
what
one.
makes him appealing and engaging?
What's that?
He's like a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He puts himself out there, and he continues to put himself out there, even though he's one of these guys that's had a lot of betrayal in his life.
Yeah.
And I respect that. You know, I respect the guy. He's been very nice to me.
Yeah.
He's been very nice to you, very nice
Yep.
to John. You know what I mean? So, like, he doesn't need to, because he doesn't really get any benefit from it, because we're not where we need to be or where we want to be at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But he's always been kind, and I respect that. You know, he's reached out his hand. And you know what I mean? He's like, he's a good guy. I like him.
Well-
and it's like you were
Yeah.
saying, though, weren't you, with this how crazy people are online? You were also going to bring up the Ethan Van Sciver FBI thing, weren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
This is when people take it to the nth degree.
That's
It's
a good
crazy.
point. Yeah. That's a great
who
point.
was the one that showed up at Mersh's house? Like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's the comedian, Chad
The geezer
Zuma.
with the glasses,
Chad
what's it?
Zuma.
Chad Zuma. What a dickhead he is.
Bro, that's so weird.
Could you
Someone
imagine
shows
that?
at my house
Mersh just
knocking
said
on
you
my
do.
door.
Yeah.
I'm answering that shit with my gun at the ready to draw.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah, yeah.
And naked, in case it's a woman and she's excited to be there. We'll see.
If I was Mersh, I would have set the cats on him. You know what I'm saying? Get the whole cat army out there. Get Zumok.
Yeah, 100%, bro. No, I completely agree. We got CK in the chat. He says Royce is the ass. Kelly Cat says CK. I agree. Zayd says Mersh is inspirational. You know, the thing is about Mersh though is like, you know, I don't agree with everything he says, but the thing I like about it is like he's one of those guys that even if you don't agree, you can still have common ground and be friends. Like I'm not gonna.
And
Like,
he's gonna give you his genuine opinion too,
Right.
And he's not gonna get offended that you say my
Right.
opinion is different.
right, like you know, like I can have a different opinion than James, and James isn't gonna be like, "Oh my God, you don't like this and that, this kind of music. I'm never talking to you again," or you
Can
know,
you imagine?
yeah, or
Can you
I-
imagine being like that? Like,
Yeah. That's what these internet people are like, though. Or like, you know, I say to John, you know, John, I don't know about that Trump guy. And John's like, no, Trump is the best. I love Trump. And he's like, what's the...
he's got a Trump cap after all. Christ, he wears it every night.
Yeah, I'm just joking with you.
But you
John.
know, the funny thing is, people look at Mersh, right? And I don't think they get it. For an online person, Mersh is quite well adjusted.
Yeah.
He's a very well-adjusted person, and he's able to deal with this online world
Yeah.
really easily.
Yeah.
He navigates it quite well.
Yeah.
He doesn't react in the up and down way that, say, Ethan Ralph reacts or Nick Rekieta. He is quite balanced.
Yeah, that's all.
You know what I mean?
That's all I want is somebody who's like fucking predictable. You know, I
He's
know
level, man.
Right,
He's the here.
Right. I know if I fuck up, I can like, you know, say my bad. You know, let me correct it, and they give me a chance, and then we could be bros again. The thing I can't stand is like this feminine mindset that is, if you don't agree or you fuck up or something, is that they excommunicate you from the group. They ban you, they block you, they never want to talk to you again. I hate that shit. That shit makes me so goddamn mad that I can not see straight.
That's why I always laugh kind of at the independent comics thing. I think there's a lot of good guys there. Zaid's in there, D-Wag's in there. There's great guys all over. There's people in the chat that are in that independent comics book space. Great guys. But there is people in there. Their level of volatility is crazy. The feminine energy is crazy, up and down like this, man.
We talked to Liam, didn't we, James? How'd that go? That was a little rough, wasn't it?
He killed my joke. He did. Do you know what the funny thing about Liam is? He didn't get the vibe, did he, that you and me and John have? He didn't get the back and forth. He didn't get the bants. He just come on and basically goes, Ray, this is how you do a comic book. And he said it so matter-of-factly. There was no back and forth. It's like, no, listen, Ray. Page count. This is what you do. This is how you format a book. And I'm like, you do know Ray used to be a fucking engineer. He's smarter than all of us. What the fuck are you talking about, you idiot? I'm sitting here not saying anything, just holding my dick in my hands. And this guy's going, this is how you format a comic book. I'm like, this guy worked for fucking supplied SpaceX, you moron. He was in the same room as Elon Musk. I'm sure he knows how to format a fucking comic book.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is, like, you know, what I'm really learning here is how to deal with people. And he came into that stream all wound up, like he was ready to have a big fight. And I was like, whoa, let me introduce you before you go on your tirade and say, hey, how you doing, Liam? And that really got him out of his like little pattern of behavior. And he kind of got back on track on that one. But yeah.
But look what's happened to him. There is some kind of mental health issue there.
100%.
Because he has these episodes where he's in, you know, he got back into the group. Things were going quite well for him. But he's one of those people that could fuck up a cup of coffee. And he ruined it for himself again, didn't he? He fucking ruined it for himself.
And his wife and his kid. I think that's the worst part of it.
Yeah, I know. When you've got a family, you shouldn't be deliberately going out there and snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. You have to put aside your own ego, your own feelings, because you've got a wife to provide for and you've got a child to provide for. You know, sometimes you have to swallow it. You know what I'm saying? And he just can't. He can't work within that group. He doesn't have a personality that can work within a group. He's just not got it. There's something like kind of crazy inside his head.
Bro, he's a special boy, as they say. That's my term for people who are like very solipsistic.
Imagine how he got really angry, didn't you? He got angry at you, didn't he?
He got mad at me.
Anna got angry.
Yeah.
It's like, we're just a stream. We're talking. You know, everyone talks.
Listen, let's be real, okay, people? Like, you know, if you're not going to poke the bear, you're not going to get noticed, all right? James is very good at that. He's got a good chip on his shoulder. That's why he's here. He's here to poke the bear so we get noticed, okay? So get the fuck over it if it breaks your heart or some shit like that. What do you say,
I thought
John?
James only poked birds, not bears.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Did you send him to the gay club?
That's a good
pick
one.
Up bears?
That's true. That's a good one. My bad. I shouldn't have said it like that. 100%.
It is though, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it? How people can dish it out but can't take it. I've seen you and all of us in the chat on stream. We see. Yeah, carry on, John.
I was
James, he's just making a joke.
I was watching the stream and I thought James was frozen. He wasn't.
Yeah.
What were you saying, James?
We've seen 1,000,001 streams between us, haven't we?
Yeah.
And there's always these people that dish it out. But the moment you give it back to them, that's some kind of mental fucking breakdown. It's like, mate, this is the fucking game, right? I don't go to bed crying because Roots Calhoun gave me a fucking serve. I use it to bring it on stream and have a go back at him because it's good. I would have gone after him on X, but he's fucking got his tweets protected because he's a little bitch. But like, if he unprotects his fucking tweets, we can have a back and forth and start going at each other. That's the name of the game, right? We're all in it. We all want to get bigger. We all want to get views. We all want to get paid. You know, this is what we want to do. So fucking chin up, play the game, and be a little bit more like Mersh. Because the thing about Mersh, he knows the game inside and out. I feel like when I look at Mersh and watch his streams, I feel like I'm learning something. You know, it's like you're picking little bits and pieces, like, how can I use this? How can I incorporate it into our streams? You know, this guy knows how to do content. He knows how to do content.
Yeah. We got CK in the chat. He says he gets his feelings hurt and needs to be hugged and have a therapy after you guys. Yeah, we'll give you some hugs.
He just goes in the bushes and starts taking pictures, doesn't he?
100%. Well, guys, we're wrapping it up here. We got the top of 2 hours. So be thinking about your final thoughts and letting everybody know what the hell they can do to find you. John, what are some of your final thoughts tonight? We jumped all around. You know, we had the in the very beginning the Charleston White, the watermelon felon shirts. You know, we had the the rape inquiry. What are your thoughts on all these things?
John ordered one while we were on stream. Actually ordered two.
You know, no, I think a lot of people take this internet stuff way too seriously. I think that's why these people did that stream yesterday, because like Mersh just makes fun of everybody, and he doesn't really care if they make fun of him because that's all in the content game, right? So, oh shit!
Oh, we got D-Wag jumping on. D-Wag jumping on for the last 5 minutes. Shout out to D-Wag. Are you in a coal mine? What are you doing, dog? What are you doing?
No, just people out here trying to steal my shine, man. I just gotta let y'all know, like, hey, bro, you got.
Let's go.
He had my glory. He comes in at the end.
Bro, I gotta let you guys know, y'all motherfuckers been talking shit about Mersh, and I recorded all that shit.
Oh, good.
He said, keep his name out y'all mouth on Twitter.
Mouth. That's right.
Quote you in it. So,
D-Wag, are you mining for gold? Are you making them millions in there? What you doing? Is this how you?
I ran out of. I don't have too many boogers in there today, so I'm not really digging. But I am at the Golden Arches, baby, getting the mixed chicken and some fries, and I got a blue icy slushy thing, whatever, Fanta. So yeah,
let's go.
But I just want to let you guys in the chat know Mersh is pissed.
Is he mad?
You know what I'm saying?
Is he mad?
Well, from the quote tweet where he said, "These motherfuckers better keep my name out their mouth and put some respect on it." You know what I mean? Nah.
Put some respect on my name. 100%.
I put Zayd's name out there too because Zayd was talking that cash. Thank you.
Well, I seen you and Zayd going.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Going back and forth a little bit in the chat. That was pretty funny. I was
gonna time his ass out, and then I found out you need to make me like an executive moderator and him a regular one, so that way I could time him out. I think you could time.
That's why I had to level him up like Mario, bro. I had to have you guys fighting on an equal ground.
No, that's not fucking cool. Hey, hold on. Because Ray's fucking undercut me. He's fucking kicked my stepping stool out for I gotta fight Zayd fucking at eye level, which is like this. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker better.
Zayd's 9'6", 100%, bro.
Yeah. Right, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's not the size of the dog, it's the size of the fight in the dog. You know what I mean?
Bro, I used to have that shirt.
Let Zayd try it.
Yeah, I used to have that shirt.
Hold on, I got bars, baby. Let Zayd try it. Right. Let Zayd try it. I'm going to turn this bitch into David versus Goliath.
Okay, now. Okay.
Some more some of the man with the micro penis.
100%. All right, we're just wrapping it up here, D-Wag. So you got any final thoughts on what we streamed about today? Get your final thoughts on where people can find you. Are you in a coal mine? Yeah, are you in a coal mine? What you doing, dog?
We just got out here, you know what I'm saying, the smashed potatoes and the fruit punch right here, you know what I'm saying, just got done, lifted 3 cubic yards of rock.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I had to fucking put that in the wheelbarrow. Yeah. I had to make ramps and all kind of shit, fucking pulley system.
Is this an episode of Secret Millionaire?
You know, get these bangers on.
Yeah, 100%.
So...
All right, great.
Yep, but yeah, man,
we're looking forward to all your work, all your animations. We're stoked on it. Thanks for popping on. Always love it when you start it when he steals James's scenes. Always love it.
All right, guys. Yeah, love you, chat. But yeah,
I'm rooting for Aishino. I think Aishino is better than D-Wag.
All right, peace.
James, just James, you're on notice, bro. With Mersh, he said, "Pipe down, boy." All right, y'all.
All right, peace, D-Wag.
Hey, you can't win them all, can you? Me and Mersh is going to be the next big fight.
I doubt that, but that's hilarious.
No, we're solid, man. He's a shit stirrer, isn't he? Trying to put me. He's trying to.
Yeah, he's trying to stir it up right there, and also
trying to drop me right in it.
He stole John's scene right there. John, he stole your scene, man.
He did, man. He did. That bastard.
That bastard. I thought you guys were like had a compact or something.
He looks like something out of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's like a millionaire, bro. He's
He's this little short man mining for stuff.
Yeah, he's that guy. He's like an undercover boss or something, bro. He's that guy. All right, John. What was your final thoughts on everything? And where can people find you? What you were saying something good.
I think that a lot of people take the internet stuff way too serious.
Facts.
Like, if you're making fun of someone online, it's content for you, right?
Yeah.
So if they go make fun of you, you should just see
content,
it as
right?
they're just making content. It's
Right.
not like that serious. But a lot of these people are taking it way too serious, get way too personal. You know, bring it to real life, like that alleged comedian guy who showed up at Mersh's house.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you bring that stuff into the real world, you break a barrier that you can't unbreak.
Yeah.
And so that would be my comment. Like, just don't take it too serious.
Yeah.
It's just internet bullshit.
Don't be breaking
And,
hymens you shouldn't break. I agree with you, John. Keep that hymen intact. Where can people find you? I know you're going to stream later on Thursday. Where can people find you, buddy?
You can find me Third Rail Politics, on YouTube and Rumble, or Third Rail Podcast on X.
Okay, fantastic. James, what are your thoughts? So final thoughts? You got D-Wag jumping in, bro. We know he's a secret millionaire. What the hell is going on with that?
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts?
Well, I totally disagree with John's final statement. The internet is life and death.
Yes, it is.
Online culture is life and death.
Yes, it
we
is.
must fight.
100%.
Fight to the bitter end. You know, anytime someone says anything negative about us, we must completely overreact and have a meltdown. That's what we should be doing. No, I totally agree with John. Like, it's good, it's fun, it's bands. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the grist of the mill. It's all part of this content game. We're all trying to get somewhere. Let's help each other, you know.
Yeah.
Let's have a few online feuds. Wink,
Yeah.
wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
And it all helps move the
100%.
needle.
Go follow James Domenico Grabbin on X and James Domenico Grabbin 81 on YouTube. He does fantastic 5-minute and under videos about all kinds of things, including the World Cup and even
Come on, England.
donut tastings. Go follow D-Wag, Darren Wagoneer Official on X and Darren Wagoneer Official on YouTube for the
Yeah, give him
animations
a
coming
piece
up.
of your mind.
Yeah, give that millionaire a piece of your mind. 100% agree with you, James.
Stop scene stealing. Stop coming in. Look, me, Ray, and John do all the hard work.
That's right.
And then you get this buffoon come in for the last 5 minutes and steals our shine.
Yeah, he steals it all
Jesus.
100%. And the thing that I would leave you guys with is do it like Tank Ferret did today. Have a family if you can have a family, or go cook in the kitchen. You know, if you're not a good cook, if you've been door dashing, you've been eating a lot of Wendy's, think about one recipe that you can get good at, and then just give it a go this weekend, so you can get good at it and kick some ass. Other than that, happy hump day to everybody. Happy hump day to, I know FOMO's out there. She's cracking some of those new citrus Corona. I hope she had a couple. Hope you guys all have a couple too. Go kick some ass. Go have fun, because you fucking deserve it, people. So let's fucking go. We're out of here. Knuckles to you guys. Put it up to the screen, people. Even if you're on your phone, put it up. Do it. All right, people. We're out of here. Peace.